Behold, a level 3 timefall shelter. And a guy who got a haircut. What's up? Pal CJ. I asked my I asked my hairstylist to give me the Doom guy. And I gotta say, it's nice. I feel like I've lost weight. I went and I mowed the lawn today, and in 100-degree heat, it was kind of nice not to have my head crowded with strands of hair like a certain video game protagonist. I tell you, it's nice. It's nice to get a haircut. I needed one. How you doing, everybody? Where's the porters with cat snuggies? I mean, my baby had one. We had an otter-themed baby, and I don't mean to bum us out right at the very start of the stream, but boy, what a turn of events. What a way to unleash us on the second map. Such stark tragedy all in a row. It just built and built and built. We lost not everything, but almost everything. Close enough to everything. Close enough to everything, I'd say. And we are starting over. That's painful. It's painful, ain't it? I'm looking forward to this. I don't know where the story is going to go from here. I got no clue. And I am really surprised at the direction that it has taken. For real. I mean, I really did not expect I don't even know how to describe what happened at the end of the last stream. Because in true Kojima story fashion, it was so obfuscated that I'm not sure if what I saw was the truth. Or just, someone's subjective account of it. Who the hell knows what happened after the camera cut away from poor Fragile? And plus, being shot through the goopy head in mid-teleportation does happen to scramble you a little bit, I would imagine, so got a bit of the Fallout New Vegas going on. We're traveling through a nice red desert, and she's lost half of her brain, thanks to whoever the hell that was with the nice gun. And it was a nice gun. It was a really nice gun, because we've been having a few of those manufactured for us so far to use on the teleporting robot terrorists. I mean, what the hell kind of recap even is this anymore, man? Really? How you doing, Joe? I'm Sandler Speedball. I hope you folks are doing well. I got a real sleepy cat today, and we're doing a bit of an earlier stream so that I can work on my college midterms tonight. And honestly, we're just gonna get right to it. I am ready for pain. I'm ready for pain. We are hopefully going to encounter Australian Sam Lake, because I myself I'm in max pain right now. I can't get over the color of your cat. Isn't he so gorgeous? He's like a red panda almost. Moment of appreciation for the suave hair. Thanks. I got my 90s punk group bassist look going on today. We can thank my mom. She's a professional stylist. That is one time when I am glad to tell people that my mom cuts my hair. Let me tell you a story. When I was younger, my mom did not yet know how to cut people's hair very well. And I went to school one day and was told by my teacher that my hair was too long because it was in my eyes. And I was doing you may remember him, the Justin Bieber. I had the Justin Bieber swoop. And I was just constantly giving myself whiplash, like all emo kids did back in middle school. Well, I went home to my parents and I told them that my teacher said this because They were like weirdly insistent about it. I assumed it was a school rule. Like the thing about wearing my skirt above my fingertips, I had to wear my skirt above my fingertips. No, wait, below my fingertips. Unless I guess I went to the Britney Spears school of fashion. Anyway, back on topic. My mom literally put a popcorn bucket bowl on my head and gave me the bowl cut. Imagine this. Imagine this with a bowl cut and like 50 more pounds. That I never bothered to ask that teacher what they thought when they saw my new haircut. I hope they were just fucking with me like Coach McGurk. I hope that there was no like dress code about my hair. I hope they were just some hippie or whatever, or anti-hippie that wanted me to, you know, get a buzz cut. Joke's on them. And me. I ended up with a bowl cut. Yes, the weirdly insistent public school teacher. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that you know of that archetype because it's painful. Painful to have a teacher like that. He wore organic shoes made out of cardboard. And he would spend part of our class, which was a history class, talking about how, I believe, he would talk about things that were very unrelated to the subject of the country that I grew up in and the world surrounding it. That's American education for you, baby. And I think it's kind of funny how that all still circles back to Death Stranding, because there's an undercurrent in this game about how our lack of information, our ignorance about this technology, the BBs and all that stuff, is honestly kind of for our emotional betterment. It's kind of funny how not knowing the secret sauce that makes the BBs work, it makes it a little bit easier of a selling point to people. Though it would be nice, we could just advertise what we were doing. How you doing, everybody? Lynn doing an early stream so Lynn can watch. So that all y'all can watch. More folks filtering in. Edonia, Valenoid, Boochikins. The death has been stranded, as a matter of fact. Oh my, has the death been stranded. On the last stream, the death was stranded 2 on the beach. And I don't know how to recap it for you. I could play it again, but it would traumatize us all over again. Before being welcomed to the DHV Magellan, our baby took a bullet. And it's not even the first time that's happened in Death Stranding. It's kind of a like father like son case for Sam. Poor Sam has officially become Sad Mads. Want my baby back, is what we're gonna be saying in a minute. It's just crazy. It's not at all what I expected to happen. I thought it would be tragic. I didn't think it would be that tragic. Thankfully, having played Spec Ops The Line actually trained us for this. I played a little game called Spec Ops The Line, in which you mass hallucinated for most of it. So, wipe the slate clean. He dyed his hair brown. Old Redis is the new Redis with his Octakamo. Another... You are correct. It's another sad hairy dad game. Unbelievable. Gentlemen, welcome to the beach. I mean, Troy Baker is in this game. We just need to get Nolan North in it now. I mean, I did... Bring back the cat. You know what? You got it. I'll go back to the deck of the DHV Magellan and talk to George Miller. I mean, Tarman. I'm going to have a hard time calling these people their actual names instead of the actors' names. I did in the first game too, because their faces are so real. They're even more real now. Continue where you left off sounds like something that would appear on screen ominously inside the game. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it's not joking. I bet you when I hit X, it's going to be where we were literally standing on the last stream. No loading screen. It might put me on the title screen. I don't know. I have no clue, but it's done that before, where it startled me by jumping right back into the game of Returnal I was playing. Odd network error has occurred. All right, so that tells me it was going to try to do that, but my PS4 went into power save mode, so it said fuck that. That's fair. A cable error popped up too. Yeah, that's normal for when it swaps between... That's normal for when it swaps between sources. It looks like I might have to log back into PlayStation Network. Okay. Do I have to log back into PlayStation Network? Let me find out. Watch the cat sleep. You wanted more of the cat, you're getting it. I do. I do have to relaunch. Okay. On the PlayStation 5, that takes 1 second. And that's kind of why I wish they'd made more than one video game for this console. Like, this fucking console is so infuriating. Because the games that they made for it look really good. But it was published and distributed during an era where no game developer was ready to make games for it, so no one did. And it's like, why did you do that? Why did you not just make the PS5 Pro be the PS5? Literally imagine that. Imagine if the PS5 Pro had been the PlayStation 5. I guess they just wanted to beat the Xbox to the sex. They just wanted to beat the Xbox sex. He's comfortable in this new cat tower, man. I tell you. I'm glad. I'm happy for him. Alright, let's try this again. That would be pretty funny if Death Stranding were having network connectivity issues. I can't look at the C logo without thinking of Uka Uka. Another Naughty Dog creation. We will be sitting in our nuclear fallout shelter during World War III and still make jokes about how the PS5 has one game. I don't know why. It doesn't even have any games to buy. Keep that in mind as you make your fucking consumer purchasing decisions in the future. People made that joke about the PS3 in 2006. I can't believe they let it happen again. That's just so funny. You know what's nice, though? They supported independent devs on any platform, not just the PS5, during this generation of gaming. So we got tons of great games. Days Gone, all that, from all kinds of independent studios that were hired onto Sony. So, hey. They still did good with this era of gaming, in my opinion. Very good. Think of all the... Seriously, for a second, think of the games that we've played together, and then think of how many of them are first-party Sony games. This game, first game in the series. We played Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, God of War. It's just kind of amazing how the same people who make the television that you watch the games on also produce and publish the games. The angel wings on Lou's little outfit were foreshadowing after all, I guess. Oh, that hurts to think about. You done ya? What have you done? You done? You now I have to hurt us. Not... What have you done? Because now, whenever I go to my babysitter Fragile, I get to see all the pictures and all the likes I gave them. Ow. Ow. It hurts. Ow. If I go into the private room, do you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? Wait. This is the Magellan's private room, so we're safe. But you know what's gonna happen in an hour or so when we get to the private room and our background is still set to her. Giant baby flashbang! That's correct. That hurts, man. I feel Mads' pain. I feel Mads becoming sad, dude. It legitimately hurts. Wait. We have a bike in the garage? The dead bike came with me! The dead bike is here! Dead bike. Oh. Hey, I missed it. The lesson is you should never become attached. Incorrect! Become very attached to dead man bike. Oh, dead bike! I'm gonna put new decals on my dead bike. We're in Australia now, representing APAC. On behalf of Fragile Express, on behalf of Bridges. So, like, any of these work, I guess. It's funny they named the sub thing Magellan, considering what happened to the real Magellan fella. You know, please, you done ya? History lesson if you feel like espousing. Because I've heard the name, but I don't know the story. And I have a feeling it's gonna become pretty important. I can't believe they picked up my dead bike. Because I just left it somewhere. My bike! My bike! Oh, I missed you. Alright. We already have our ladders and stuff. I think all we need to do is take our next order and go, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's get briefed, baby. Let's get briefed, baby. Hello, Lou. Lou. Hello, Lulu. I honestly missed the pinkish salmon appearance. Like, it was really nice to see Lou all grown up, you know? Like a dream come true in a way. But this, I mean, other than the missing birthmark, perfectly acceptable in my opinion. That's right, Ein Semler. There's Lou, too. And Dollman! Hey, my 15 frames a second buddy. Look at him. Look at Dollman down there bobbing along. I'm glad that he's not hanging from my butt. Because I bet he wouldn't have wanted that anyway. Plus, this way, when I walk, it's like he's kicking his little feet. Here, look, watch. Look. Look it. When I walk, it's like Dollman's kicking his little feet. And plus, the way he's standing, the way that he hovers is kind of like a BT. That's pretty good. He's like a BT on a little string. Oh, very good. I'm waiting for Yudunya's explanation. Thank you for actually doing it. Thank you. Magellan was known for the first circumnavigation of the world, but he died halfway through, murdered because he was doing shenanigans with locals in the Philippines. His crew completed the voyage. Happened in the 1500s. I would say that that can either bode very well or very poorly. Thankfully, Carman just drives the ship, so I think George Miller's gonna be okay. It's his Addams family hand that's actually steering us around, and he can lose that. He's got another one. Yo, let's go meet everyone. Why not? This'll cheer us up. What up, Dead Bike? I think meeting all the weirdos is gonna cheer us up a little bit. You think Sam would be okay with petting a dog or cat? Completely.
Thank you, Sam. I'd like you to meet someone.
Hello, Sam. My name is Charlie.
Charlie's Drawbridge's patron.
Pleasure's all mine, I guess.
Hear me out, Sam. I want you to help us bring Australia into the network. Drawbridge has been selected to oversee this critical operation. People saw what you did in Mexico and wanted more of the same.
Sharp eyes you got there. Listening.
What are you trying to pull?
There are reasons why I can't tell you who I am, Sam. But to be clear, I'm not APAS, nor am I your enemy.
What, you think I'm just gonna trust the words of some faceless mannequin?
I need you to trust me. I'm the one paying for the shit, and this whole operation, at considerable personal risk.
Nah, I want to see a face, or no deal.
Heh.
Face, very well. Since you won't take it from me, maybe it should come from someone you know. How's this? Pick one of your old comrades, and I'll speak to you with their voice. Who would you like? Who would you trust?
You know, that's a pretty good compromise. I'm willing to listen to anyone, but I guess Sam needs a little convincing. So why not do a creepy imitation of one of my friends? I mean, let's be real here. I'm already convinced by that, what is it, that Johnny Quest style animated mouth of yours. Very cool, and very cool blending of art styles you've got there on your terrifyingly blank face. That is actually even creepier than the mannequin. Yeah, and we can make it worse, actually.
Call me dead, man. I'm well acquainted with the dead.
Jackie Wells, with a hint of love.
Last I heard, he took a one-way trip to the beach. Seems a little soon, don't you think?
Yeah, kinda. But I honestly, hey, I appreciate the respectfulness. That earns me that earns me and you a couple of friendship points. All right, sure. Go on.
It's been a while, but not really. Mulligan, Lochno, we're the same.
Yeah, you can't really have one without the other these days. So I hope that you can throw two voices at once.
As I'm sure you are well aware, Mama's Khan now resides within Lochna. Adding my persona to the two sounds confusing. No, let's avoid that.
Yo, what? You can't do it? You are just so limited. Is AI not so limited, even still in the future? I tell it, combine these two people's voices with yours, and it says, I'm sorry, Sam. I cannot do that. Fine. Open the Heart Bay doors, please, Charlie.
Sam, it's Hartman.
Sam, it's a facsimile of Hartman.
No point. The man himself will be joining you on site in Australia.
That's good to know, at least. And, hey, unlike Deadman, Hartman can die as many times as he wants to. And, this is unfortunately the one person I was unwilling to talk to. But I would put all my trust in him. I just,
Sam, this is Die Hardman.
I just never needed to hear him say that again. I never needed to hear him say that again. That came out of my controller. Charlie's, the bottom of Charlie's chest looks like the DualShock speakers.
How about now,
Oh
Sam?
my god!
Feeling more at ease already, I'm sure.
Tell me, old buddy. This is a UCA sanctioned op. Who knows about it?
You misunderstand. Then again, there's a lot I still haven't explained to you, isn't there? I think it's time a certain someone made an appearance. I'd like you to meet the president.
The new president? The guy who took over after Die Hardman?
Not precisely. The UCA doesn't have a presidential system anymore. Guy Hardman was the first and only president, making it one of the shortest-lived single executive administrations in history. One can only guess what he felt about it.
And he was black, so
The
take
president
that,
is subject
everyone
to the will
else.
of the people via popular vote every 4 years. APAS, however, is far more efficient. It can ascertain public opinion in real time and thereby determine the appropriate course of action.
Sam,
This
have you ever
letter is the
visited a
adoption
website
of a
called
new
This
model.
Person Does Not Exist?
President guy? You just told me he isn't really the president.
He is not the president of the UCA. Rather, he serves as the president of APAC. APAC is a privately owned corporation responsible for the operation and oversight of APAS, a service provider to which we may delegate day-to-day governance.
Your performance in Mexico was exemplary.
That is a
Cannot
hell of
thank
a
you enough.
grab,
Well
Kojima.
done. Truly. I firmly believe that the only ones capable of expanding the network into Australia are those who helped establish it here at home. That means you, Sam. And you too, Fragile. APAS has determined that you have the highest probability of success in this endeavor.
APAS and the Chiral network are all built on UCA tech. If you expand their reach beyond our borders, then you're expanding their influence as well, aren't you?
A valid concern. But it wasn't the UCA that made the final decision. It was APAC, a private corporation. The UCA has no involvement whatsoever in this matter. Sam, it may interest you to know that linking up Australia will also serve a greater goal. You see, the plate gate that connects North America and Australia only matured after you united America with the Chiral network.
Yes,
On
I
that basis,
unfortunately
we
am
believe that
aware.
a new gate will manifest somewhere within Australia once full chiral connectivity is achieved. At
Yes,
that
I already feel
time,
terribly
APAS
guilty,
should
thank
have
you.
Sufficient data to calculate the location of other points of connection between continents. With this information, APAS can then proceed to extrapolate the positions of these landmasses. In other words, this mission is not just about linking up a single continent. By connecting Australia, we will be one step closer to reclaiming a pre-Death Stranding world where everyone is part of a greater whole. I hope my answer alleviates your concern somewhat.
Guess so.
I mean, it's
Tell me, though.
Alistair Duncan,
Charlie, yeah.
you done ya?
He may speak
Mimir
for
is
you,
actually here.
the operation
You've seen that head
proceeds
before.
according to
He dangled from our ass for a while.
However, we'll calculate what factors are essential for your success, and we'll provide you with direct support. Welcome aboard, Sam. Charlie, we'll take it from here.
He also made America great again as Senator
People
Armstrong.
say. But know
Everybody's
that
favorite
everyone
senator,
on
senator.
this ship is ready and eager to back you up. You won't be on your own this time.
So, you're gonna do it?
For my own mental health, yes.
Did it before. Seems like the only thing I'm good at.
Back to it we go then. Sorry, you folks were getting some buffering. I don't have any drop frames, so it was probably on Twitch's end. Alistair Duncan, that's a great grab, especially since the last time we saw him was we parried his bare fists. Stabbed his heart out of his chest with a high-frequency blade. Maybe we will again, because it seems like we're being taken advantage of by big corporations again. Oh, individual corporations separate from the overall government. Yeah, fucking right.
Get some sleep, Sam. I'd like to take a moment to go over the details of the request that Drawbridge has agreed to handle.
You need to carry a box through dangerous territory. What could it possibly be?
Looks like you've been supplied with a Drawbridge crew hat. Try it on for size. I have a feeling it'll suit your style.
Thanks, Charlie Hardman. I appreciate it. You know, I'm glad that Tommy Earl Jenkins is back. Not that Die Hard Man is back. Die Hard Man is not back. That's not Die Hard Man. Let's not get confused here. That is a facsimile of Die Hard Man. So it's like twice as annoying as he ever was. I would be offended, right? If it were any of the other choices that I could have gone with. So in that way, Charlie did pick the only acceptable person I can trust in this situation. I just would have liked a direct line to the man. I don't know. I've got great news. We've got a new hat. It looks exactly like our old hat. Oh, hey, look, an even better hat. The hat is imbued with a burning passion for Kojima Productions. Yeah. We are all Ludens. Yeah. Yes, Norman. Only if he's still played by Norman Reedus. Yes, Norman. That's so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. We can change our buddy's suit. I am so glad. Little bit of personalization. Our buddy gets to accessorize. His hair dye is going to run into the hat. I hope it does if we get sweaty. And then we have to dye it again. Yo, Mustard suit. He actually kind of rocks the Chiralium mustard suit. The thing is, the colors he's wearing by default remind me too much of Dead Man. I've got to change his outfit. I mean, his initials even remind me of him. I'm full of too much pain for his adorable, innocent eyes. Look at his adorable eyes. They've got so much life. If that waddled up to you in human scale at a Disney World, children would scream. Duloc is... I'm getting like Lord Farquaad mascot vibes, but whimsical. That's great. I'm glad that the small medium is joining us.
Nice.
Nice is right. Screw you, die-charred man. I wear what I want. The hat was actually backwards in the mirror. I just want to point that out, that, like, if you thought those mirrors were fake, they're not, I guess. They didn't just put another Norman on the other side. Oh, what's up, buddy?
We can discuss anything you like here, Sam. It's a private room, after all. So if you ever want to sit down and talk, I'd be happy to share my thoughts on a variety of topics, along with any discoveries I happen to make. And who knows, some of it may even be of use to you as you work to connect all of Australia to the Chiral network.
That's fantastic. Got our own little codec. Like, before, I had to open up the corpus and read about the porpoises. Now, he can be our porpoise corpus delivery system. Nice.
You know, it looks as though you've been issued a few different hats, Sam. Why not experiment and switch up your headgear to suit your mood? You can also change the outfit I'm wearing if you like.
I've noticed, little guy.
My faith in your impeccable sense of fashion.
Thank you. Wait until we unlock the plaid pattern. When we unlock the plaid pattern, you will become a flannel fan, my little doll man.
Out of curiosity, Sam, did you notice that the mirror above your sink displays images of the outside world? These images change as we travel and actually show what's waiting for us outside the DHV Magellan when we disembark.
That makes it kind of hard to use as a mirror.
Inside an enclosed space can be bad for one's mental health due to the unchanging environment. That's why I asked Tarman to implement this particular feature. A digital photo frame, so to speak. An easy to understand name, don't you think? Though I'm the only one who calls it that. Anyway, it'll give you a preview of our surroundings. That's sure to have some practical benefits.
So, I mean, you're right, but that already existed before the Death Stranding. That's not new technology, so you're actually calling it the right name. We don't need to make up some bullshit chiral terminology for it. Ah, yes, the chiral camera transmission system, the CCTSSSSSS, patented by Hideo Kojima Productions. It is real unfortunate how the little strand he's dangling from is just so noose-like. He's so whimsical. He's too whimsical for this world. Which might have been the problem in the first place that led to this situation for him. We'll find out. We'll ask him about it sometime.
Showers these days are truly impressive, Sam. They really are.
What, are you trying to tell me
They're
something?
able to collect all the minute chiral crystals from your wastewater and repurpose them for later use. The ones on board the DHV Magellan are the latest model. You would do well to use them regularly.
Stinky. After all, I am attached right at the groin height.
It's important to remember that defeating BTs isn't the same as eliminating a threat once and for all.
What's that mean?
These entities are simply being driven back to the world of the dead for the time being.
Huh. Actually, that's correct. No, you're right. I guess that's part of why they come back after a while to the same area is it seems extremely painful for them. But I guess it doesn't actually kill them. It just pisses them off. Pisses. Very good. Huh.
That looks wonderful.
Oh, you like my hat? Or your suit? Or both?
I hope it's not too much to ask that you continue to take me with you into the field. I know a thing or two about BTs and the dead, after all. Some of it might come in handy.
We really needed this comfort after what just happened to us on the last stream, I think. It's good to have you along, doll man. I'll try not to get any of us into any terrible danger. Any of the three of us.
An advance expedition sent by APAC came to the Australian continent ahead of us. They constructed various facilities and laid the groundwork for chiral network expansion. Meaning that all you need to do is travel to these facilities and connect your Cupid to put them on the grid.
As usual, America did half the work and then didn't complete their job because they left all of the other support and general maintenance to the continent that they abandoned. Boy. History repeats itself, even post-extinction event. Great. Well, worry not. We're going to change that. I am glad that they did lay some Google Fiber down, because we are going to go Google use it right now. For the man who delivers, after all. Oh, here we go again.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Damn, looks like shooting happened. Whoever that was didn't listen.
Another curious vision.
Look at Sam, he's like, then this must be real. Bitch. To what extent our poor guy is hallucinating here probably has to do with all the sunburns that I gave him when we were wandering Mexico.
Feels good.
After all of that wears off and his brain stops being so boiled, like scrambled eggs and all that, he will... he'll face reality. You know what the reality is? We've got work to do.
Sam. Let me give you a rundown of your new job. The big one. It's the same deal as America. The people here are isolated. The cities are cut off from one another. And so, to bring all of Australia into the Chiral network, we want you to cross the continent and link up key locations using your Cupid. To begin with, you'll connect several facilities in sequence on your way to the closest city to here, West Fort Knott. Charlie will brief you on the order that will take you to the first facility.
Got it.
Your first destination is home to what
Jesus,
they're calling
Chuck is built.
government. They seek to establish a new administration to fill the void left by Australia's collapse. As the concept of formal governance is a distant memory to most,
God, it's
for
hot
a
Coldman.
simple name. These people are currently suffering from the effects of severe chiral contamination. But with UCA technology, they should be able to make a full recovery. The cargo you'll be entrusted with contains everything they need for their treatment. If we can deliver it and earn their trust,
God,
they should be amenable to joining the chiral network. Needless to say,
listen to his
it's
acting.
their business to know the current lay of the land, and we would benefit from their support. We're already seeing anomalous chiralium readings throughout Australia.
Like, listen to the
There's even
direction.
a BT area not far from where we are now. A BB pod should allow you to use your Ultra deck to ascertain the location of BTs, but it's unclear if that pod will function correctly at this time. Proceed with the utmost caution.
47 given the orders this time.
Charlie
That's
Media will be
brilliant.
But he likes to get his hands dirty whenever he can. He's been an excellent advisor to us as well.
It's Colonel Campbell all over again. That's the MGS2 Colonel Campbell AI.
And approved by me.
It's Die Hard Man again, but he's a robot.
Give you the details of the main order on the delivery terminal.
That's brilliant. That's really brilliant. The way he said amenable, I love it. That's great because it took me a moment to even recognize that that was what was going on. That the AI fucking president was imitating our advisor on the codec. It's just the Colonel Campbell thing again. And I'm like super not falling for it because I'm like 20 years older. I love it. I really do love it. And I think it's kind of great how Chuck is shaped like the DualSense, which is pretty funny. That series of holes at the bottom of Chuck's pecs are the same orientation as the speakers that the voice comes out of. It's only Chuck, by the way. No one else comes out of my speaker. But Charlie Hardman. You done yet? Are you saying we're still in a dream, Snake Eater? There it is. Let's decontaminate some chiralium. That's a good old CPAP machine. That's a chiral CPAP. That's what the C stands for. Chiral PAP. Now I get it.
Updating with new data supplied by Drawbridge from outside chiral network coverage.
Look at all those aid requests from my fellow porters who need a gun. That person's name is Schizopath. Badass. Doghead. Cyberbugs. Ick. Look out. Watch the cyberbugs. Tugga Snake. Is a fantastic name. Alright, Tugga Snake is great. These are the people that are building structures in our world. Oi, yeah, nah, mate, is building ladders out there in Australia. That's fantastic. I'm so excited for all of these Australian porters. Well, my friends, we are headed on a little snake curve, a little S-bend through the valley. This should not be too hard, except for the BTs that are in the fucking way, because of course.
Sam, this is Charlie. APAS has been analyzing your actions so far, and it seems it's added some new upgrades tailored to your preferred way of working. It's my understanding that additional servers are currently being installed on several beaches, which should result in a marked increase in APAS's processing.
What are you talking about?
To the timeless nature of the beach, the potential to boost APAS's capabilities is infinite. Its analysis will therefore grow more comprehensive as you complete more orders, meaning you can expect additional enhancements to become available soon.
What?
Experiment with them and see what you like.
No, go back to the thing where you're using the dead people's beaches as the internet. What? That image from the boot up screen is literal. There are literal servers sitting in the middle of people's dead whale beaches. That's mean. That's disrespectful to the dead people. What if Deadman went to his beach, and it turns out that Deadman's beach is crowded and hot and stuffy because of all those computers? I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be pissed off if Deadman himself, our dead buddy, was one of those taken advantage of to become a server for the Chiral network. Damn it! I guess it's a good thing that everyone will die if I don't do this. Exactly. We're gonna zoom into our motorcycle goggles and get an ad in the corner for KFC.
APAS enhancements are now available.
Wow, our suit is pretty cool. Or our brain. Oh man. Huh. Perks. There are perks? Our suit has perks. No need for Alex Weatherstone these days. Alex Weatherstone had to get a new job. The weather analysis display that advises us not to look into the sun. Makes our water taste better in the canteen. I mean, instant cargo binding. You have to wear a battery for that one to take effect, but that one seems pretty useful because if we ever fall over with stuff outside our backpack, we can tie it on there and it'll just kind of like yoink back in place, I guess, with the power of Batman electromagnets. Wow, that's cool. All right. Well, adds a mode to the Odradek's terrain scanner which reduces its overall detection area in order to increase the range. Huh. Cool. Well, I mean, yeah, the more straightforward ping would be required to be used more often. That one's got a trade-off. Oh, these are all very interesting. They all do pretty interesting things. This one here is an automatic pick right here. Sure. That's a very satisfying menu you've got there. Continual recording and analysis of Sam's footsteps allowed this enhancement to be developed. Glad I could contribute. Kojima scanned Sam's feet too. Great. That's good. And here, we have enough over here to take this weather analysis display so we can see if regular rain is going to be rolling through, or a dust storm, or a quokka storm. Who knows? Well, that's very neat. This menu's very cool. I would imagine it's going to get very large. You've heard of sphere grids. Here comes the rhombus grid. Well, that's cool. What do you want to bet there's a Chivo or something for playing the game with none of those? Fabricate what? What new patches? Oh, awesome. The Koji Pro patch. I've been waiting for this. A symbol of affection for Kojima Productions. We can just stick one of them underneath the mushrooms. Perfect. It can go well with my quokkas. Hey, you never know. That song, It's Raining Men, could very well have been foreshadowing. Check it, we've already got several pieces of equipment. Ladders, PCCs. I think all that is in the private box for... There we go. The Magellan. This is cool, actually. The Magellan is like a moving hub, I guess. So it has its own private locker. Neat. That's cool. That means that everything I had in that very ill-timed boss fight came with me. It was very Death Stranding to place a boss fight and then like 45 minutes straight of cutscenes back to back. I am not surprised they did that, and I hope to do it again. I'm bringing lots of stuff. Ladders, PCCs. I need a climbing anchor. Never mind, got one. Let's do it. All right, Sam, transform and roll out. You know what's nice? We can take our dead bike right away. Put some of this cargo right in it. Are you bringing a railgun to take down Metal Gears? You are correct. I actually need one of those now that there are teleporting terrorist robots. Man, this assault rifle, I might actually need more of those. Oh, wow. It's like the good old days. Everything I don't immediately need. Anything I want to keep safe. Can load on the bike. There we go. Let's hit it. You know all of those lasers that pass through us when it reads out decontaminating suit? Rest is advised. Well, we're taking one of those to the distro center. Very nice. I like that little lore justification where it's like, in the previous game, we collected stuff like batteries for the distro centers from the mules and 3D printers, the things you actually use once you power it up. Now, we're delivering the actual physical things that the shelters are made out of. Things that we can't even touch. Can I just say, it feels oddly wistful? Hold on. Standing out here with Fragile's hologram, it just felt so, I don't know. It gave me a strange feeling I can't place. Let's hit the road. Welcome to Australia, my friends. Seems some structures are already here. Which is handy, but I bet that's only the case while we're on the network. Ah, boy. Here we go already. Melancholy is not exactly the word, because I wouldn't say that I'm sad to see it. But I guess melancholy is not exactly a sad feeling, is it? We have a few options. Let's ride up to this player's... Oh boy. Let's very cautiously... Let's very cautiously ride up to this player's watchtower. Oh god.
Keep an eye on your other deck's movements as you proceed.
Nah, I've just gotta piss. But I can see how the two might be easily confused. The movement of the Redis can only be understood by the wielder. Yeah, so, turns out that Kojima watched Mad Max Fury Road, and that is why George Miller's in this game. Because, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Alright. Can't see shit, Captain. But at least I can still ping. I love all those various aid requests that were left by players. Probably not going to be fulfilled, but we could go on a string and get some free likes from these random trolls. Oh, hey. There's the gate. That is one apocalyptic sky. Yes. Yes, it is. Rad storm incoming, fellow stalker. When, you ask? No. Right now. Right now, at this moment. There are all kinds of lost cargo around here that we could pick up. Watch this. Why don't I contribute? Here's something very cool that we did earlier. Use a PCC, build a timefall shelter, and camp out under it. We could put our bike under it for now, but we also can take off our backpack and put it under. Oh, I assume that, yeah, there were probably several upgrades planned for Sam's Giga weapon, yeah. Oh, yeah. Check that out. Repairing our containers. We can take a little breather under here. Look at that. Players repairing that watchtower I built. All kinds of stuff. It's great watching all those pop-ups happen again. You want to go get some cargo? I've got grenades. And we pinged it all. We pinged everything we could reach. Let's go on walkabout. I wonder if, with Lou back, our ability to detect BTs is going to be even better than before. Long range? Huh. Very long range. Hold on a minute. That's a big BT! Big BT footprint! Oh my! Fisher? Don't set off any alarms. I can see why there are so many requests for weapons. Holy crap, it's a good thing I'm up on the ridge. Wow, it's looking for me. Okay, yeah, hold on. Let's see if we can handle this. I left all my grenades on the bike. Hold that thought. We've got this thing's attention. Let me go grab my grenades. Because even though our bullets affect BTs now, you could still fire through a cloud. I wonder if we'll start understanding what it's saying. I'm gonna listen to it as we get close. Give me those. I didn't know we'd need them so soon. Chunk. That is a satisfying animation. Hey, by the way, nice watchtower. Look at that thing over there. Alright. We need to be a little cautious on the approach. I'm hoping that it doesn't have the ability to fire lasers, but I wouldn't be surprised. Given Hideo. Anything kaiju-sized can usually fire laser beams. Now, if we can take one of these things out, make the place safer, I really like that. That said, I don't know how many there are, so... Wow, those are big boy footprints. Listen to it for a sec. some kind player built a timefall shelter right under it. I'm gonna use that timefall shelter to bank a grenade and fire through the cloud. Yeah, come on, let's do it. Come on, come here, you. Keep firing, asshole! Whoa! It's fast! Oh, it's very fast! Oh, but that hurt it. Look at it. Okay, sure thing. Holy shit! Get off me, asshole! Got it. Things are a little more brutal this time around. Just a little bit. We got risk of rain enemies this time around. Seriously, my dude. Out of the chokehold. And into the shelter. Yeah, but I bet he won't like my BT. My big thing. I'm empty! I need to recharge. Quick, Sam, reload. Wow, that ran through him fast. It must be all the stress. Take this! Okay. So those things, pretty healthy. I don't know if I even heard it enough, but I sure did scare it away. That also works. Bingo. What? Oh no. That one ain't regular sized either. I'd say Old Oz's Lost Cargo. That's pretty good. That's a pretty great name. Well, let's just go for actual cargo. Ignore the metals. Just for now. That was worth it to find out what the ever-loving hell these things can do. Not that I wanted to know. I'm just glad that I do know now. If we take our bike through this valley, we should be okay. We're gonna have to get it down from this ridge. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but it turns out that attracting that thing's attention was actually a good idea. That's how I'll... You know what? Post-hoc justification by your pal CJ. Anything I do is a good idea. If it doesn't result in my miserable, painful demise. Which nothing has yet. Talking about real life, not the game. That was kind of awesome. That I was able to make it out of that. The DualShock was going crazy. Like, it kind of felt like the DualShock was, like, physically bullying me, like a tall kid in school holding me back. It was like a tall kid in school putting his hand on my head while I swung. Whew! That kind of cleared the way a little bit. And my bike is still in good condition. God, the way it lunged. Yeah, that was scary as hell, wasn't it? Like, just the animations of the big BT as it flew around me like some kind of horrible angel. An Evangelion-looking thing. And then the big guy literally just trying to wrestle with me. Yikes. How's that manual dexterity? Are you kidding me? Oh, these vehicles rule, and oh no, it's back. Rats. Well, the good news is, I've already charted a course. Far, far away from here. Now let's hope there are 0 more anywhere in this valley. These stark shadows are awesome. This looks so cool. Why'd everything become Deadman colored all of a sudden? That's bad. That one's in a tricky location. These rivers are flooded because of the storm. So, good luck getting through them with an anchor. I mean, very cool the way that the outline outlines the new danger. But beneath you can see what the regular terrain looks like. Oh man. Alright, so this big boy T, this big T, this big thing is right in our way. It's directly in our way. What is that? Photo spot? It's beautiful, but now it's not the time for a vacation photo. I might be able to go around the outside, like Eminem would want. We could maybe make a break for it. Ah, no, we're not alone. Just keep rolling. Watch that autotoxemia on Lou. Please. And also, watch for falling rocks, Sam. Oh, no. Well, I guess I'll come back for the cargo in a minute. Lou seems to be in a bad mood. Well, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the Keepers of Time are trying to keep me from assembling the portals and obliterating myself so that I become God. Oh, hello. Yeah, these are just as much Risk of Rain enemies as they are Death Stranding enemies. I guess BC stands for Big Catcher. Buddy. Oh, I couldn't shake him off in time. Couldn't shake him off. I couldn't do it. You better keep going, Sam. You better keep going. Yeah, baby. Come at me if you got the stuff. Oh, he's still going. Look at him. That just pissed him off. Speaking of pissed. What, does he need another one? Or just some time? Like Sam. I get it. I get it. Lou seems to be in a bad mood. You know, the depression's kicking back in. We need to get Sam. I mean Lou. Some oxytocin. And everything will be just fine. This primordial Earth is exactly what I hoped for. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, kid. You hear that? Lou. Yo, Lou, you okay? There we go. It'll be okay, kid. Don't worry. I've noticed that you don't really cry anymore when I get caught. You know, they removed the mechanic where I have to take you to make you stop crying and alerting more of them. That was nice of them, but you know, babies your age aren't really supposed to be quiet. They're supposed to be kicking and giving thumbs ups and flicking off Deadman. You remember Deadman? He was such a good friend of mine. Despite the fact that he smelled like a morgue. He kind of smelled like someone had left a fridge open for 3 days, but that's what I loved about him, is all the organs that he was comprised of. It's like tweaking a light bulb until it turns on. Oh, that's terrible. And correct. That's terrible and right. And we are off the network. We've got to be very careful with this bike. Wife's portrait? What does that mean? Go get that. Well, whatever that is, it's important. What the hell are these things? Old Oz, huh? Old Oz sounds like a name of a Timefall beer. What the hell was that sound? Just horrible screams and groans in the distance. And they're not me. MREs, delicious. Wife's portrait. Suffering from chiral contamination, old Oz used the last of his strength to paint this portrait, the delicate brush strokes telling of his deep affection for his wife. Rebuilding the nation was perhaps one of the promises he made to her. I'm kind of glad we picked that one up. I don't know how it landed out here. I guess it was having it shipped overseas to the Louvre. But then the Louvre became the loo. I mean, the bathroom, the toilet. I can't say loo without thinking of her. It hurts too much. All right. Well, I'm glad we picked up the lost cargo in the end. We were not unmolested, but we are unbowed and unbroken, so there is that. What a horrific noise. Why did that happen? Oh, because they're pissed off. That's why. Because they're mad I got away. Well, they can stay mad. They can stay mad in the afterlife. Dude, I love it. I love the BTs being like, no, you can't get away. Bitch. Bitch, yes, I can. Mass fabrication. That's not just a new feature for the private room. That's a new feature for Death Stranding too. Yeah, that's right. Die Mads. I mean, wait. No. No, it's German for the Mads, the. Oh my god, this sucks. Oh my god, this sucks. Where? Is that a highway? That's not gonna help me right now. Where? You don't think that could reach, do you? There's no way. Oh god. We might have to leave Dead Bike behind for the moment until the waters recede. We'll come back in the morning. Oh god. Well, I just want to see if it's gonna. Okay. Oh, it reaches. I didn't want it to. No, I didn't want it to reach. I really didn't want to go that way. Oh no. This is the worst river balancing act yet. That's a long ladder. That is a ladder that is holding on by a wing and a prayer. It is not a secure ladder. There's nothing secure about that ladder. I am actually going to build another Timefall shelter for Dead Bike so that it doesn't melt. We're not on the grid. Oh, hell. Worry not, Dead Bike. I will not leave you like this. I will make it to that shelter, and then I will be back. Look, it's right on the horizon. We can make it there. It would be inadvisable for this thing to go any further. But think, once this place is on the network, we can come back with a PCC and make a battery, recharge, and all that stuff. Be good. Let's head out. Hey kid, check out my cool flashlight. Kid's asleep. It is the middle of the night. I do not blame Lou for taking a nap. Oh god, this sucks. Hey, doll man. You afraid of heights? How about raging rapids? Fuck. 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 Fuck.
Just a bit further now.
Fuck. Ah. That hurt. Doing that hurt my body. Hell's that over there? Alien UFO crash? Look at that. More headache pills. And what do you know? Right outside. My friends, I believe we made it. 7 inhabitants at the government's base. Yeah, crowded place, ain't it? That sure does bode well. This ain't like the first game where we were starting with an entire team based in the capital of the country.
Good evening, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures
Good
lifted.
evening.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
And about that, this seemed a little too easy. Like, I'm already getting blackmailed. How much further do you think they're gonna blackmail me? On the bright side, welcome to Australia. Who knows? Maybe they'll be friendly in Australia. I make myself laugh. Sam's like, fuck you laughing at? You better be friendly for all I'm doing for him. You got it. There you go. Get decontaminated. Please.
You're that bloke with Drawbridge, aren't you? So you really came, eh? Cut straight through BT territory just to bring us our cargo. That's quite a feat. Been waiting a long time for someone like you to show up. Let's see how well you were able to handle our delivery.
Gonna be a variety of wonderful accents from here on.
I'm glad to see you handled our delivery with care. Now that's service.
I mean, it's what I do, but also you should know that the BTs in this place have been eating their whey protein compared to the ones in America. So props are well worth it these days.
To make this delivery as well. Thanks, mate. Like everyone says, you're a man people can count on. Already put that decontamination unit to good use. The chiralium levels had really gotten out of hand, so you couldn't have come at a better time. Thanks. Anyway, go ahead and connect us with that Cupid or whatever it is.
Why does it rhyme with stupid anyway? Because the future is stupid, my friend. You old Aussie. When do I get my piss grenades back? That's a lot of map squares. Oh my. Pretty cool glasses. They're prescription. We're probably going to have to pick up a replacement at some point. So that, I mean, now that's a big map. But I can already see the zigzag we're going to have to take through it. And oh boy. Hey, the Magellan actually did park at the latest base. That's awesome. Just a moving private room. Oh, and it's my bolas! Yeah! Oh, yeah! Thanks to Herman Holst for these, we spread this blueprint all across the world, man. Hell yes! Motion scanner. Cool. What kind of motion would I scan with it? The motion of the ocean? On the beach, that is? New backpack attachments. Several new backpack attachments. Quilka. 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 And hey, more memory for our brain meat. Hooray. I don't like the way that it's pulsing outward. I really don't like this hive mind connectivity thing. There was a game I played once about the dead in space that really dissuaded me from hive minds. It's just crazy how the brain splits open. Because I quit the game, we just got so many multiplayer likes. All the likes from the previous 3 days of streams just applied. Kick ass. Oh yeah, strand contracts are a thing. I love the little drawbridge high five. Or who knows, maybe those are toasters with erections. And they've got little stars over their heads. Wow, that is a pretty well-rounded star, except for the stealth stat that we'll ignore. Good shit.
A chiral communications transmission. With this network at our disposal, we might be able to make our dream a reality. We want to build a world where even the weakest among us have a chance.
Say that again?
A world where people come together to stand against those who embrace violence. Ever since the Death Stranding, this continent has been afflicted by terrible environmental changes. It was bad enough, but out of nowhere, the anomalies became a hell of a lot more dramatic. Skyrocketing levels of chiral contamination. Those bloody watcher things coming out of the woodwork. Didn't realize it at the time, but the escalation of all this insanity coincided with the UCA's connection to the network and the appearance of the Plategate. The chiral network is causing instability beyond the reach of its coverage, which means the only way to fix it is to link up all of Australia. At least, that's what we here believe. To support your efforts, we've shared the data we have about the continent with your people. Information about the brigands and so on. Use it to the best of your ability.
I'm sorry. Did you say brigands?
Take the bowler gun, for example. With our data, we were able to improve and refine the design of the APAC standard issue model.
Where are you now?
We can charge it now to fire projectiles with a narrower spread. Perfect for taking down hard-to-reach targets with precision. And
Well
then,
now, it
this
works the
backpack
opposite way that it
customization.
did in the first game.
We've developed a number
Neat.
of unique attachments that can be equipped to the pack you're currently carrying. Stuff I guarantee will give you an edge in a fight. You might consider bringing this gear with you when you're prepping for your next run. Oh, and last but not least, we patched through an Odradek update that allows its sensor to pick up living beings and other entities.
That is, in fact, Australian David Lynch playing John Ford.
Existing functionality.
That's correct.
Anything it detects will be visible to you as a silhouette for a brief time. I'm sure it'll come in handy down the road.
Hair's not crazy enough to be David Lynch. Don't be silly. Well, that's good to know that all of my previous customizations have been preserved worldwide. I'm glad that I shared everything. Sam is a seeder, not a leecher. Good for you, Sam. He knows good peer-to-peer. So it sucks in Australia then, huh?
We're not doing any better than the UCA or Mexico, I'm afraid. Only difference is the presence of armed belligerents we call brigands, as well as a new type of BT we've been seeing all over lately. The brigands have been trying to bring us to heel and are a right pain in the ass. They've got national eminence.
I like you.
They've also been
I like
seeing
this guy.
major earthquakes all over the continent, as well as devastating floods due to heavy timefall.
He's got
You have
cheek.
your work cut out for you while you're down under, that's for sure.
You got cheek. All right. Well, in that case, I will make sure to keep my arms close at hand. I've been lifting weights recently. It's part of my training arc I'm on right now, actually.
Due to our proximity to a BT area, this shelter was subject to significant chiral contamination. Said area has also been the source of a new type of BT. Unlike the usual sort, these ones are able to see us. Clear as day. As such, we've taken to calling the buggers Watchers.
Oh.
And they're every bit as dangerous as any other BT. You're gonna want to steer clear at all costs.
Yeah, about that. We've actually already met, and I had some fun experimenting. It turns out they are vulnerable to some of the armaments we've made, but it would be nice to be able to tie them up and make a getaway. The importer Bridges likes tying people up, because then they can't touch him. Well, Old Oz, it was nice to meet you. For a guy named Old Oz, you're actually pretty normal.
Before I forget, there's a request I wanted to send your way. I know you're eager to hit the road and make progress, but I promise you, this is more than worth the trouble. It's a delivery for the lone commander, who lives not too far from here. He's an old ally who provided us with support for all matters military. He's also a crack shot with a sniper rifle. But after this and that, we
what
went our
now?
separate ways. And he retired to a shelter off to the east. He can be a hard man to please, but if we could enlist his help again, I'm sure he'd provide us with all kinds of useful information. Data and schematics that might prove invaluable for your work. Especially if you're the type who likes to fight first and ask questions later. Should help us all combat the
He did
brigands
say
and
he
the
knew
inside
me.
more effectively in any case. I filed this request as a sub-order, so check the terminal if you're interested in taking on extra work.
I'd be happy to go meet him.
That was excellent work, Sam.
Thanks, Chuck
With
Hardman.
the government now part of the Chiral network, we've successfully completed the first step in our journey to connect all of Australia. I want to thank you for making this possible. Well done. To extend network coverage as far as West Fort Knott, our next order of business will be to link up the Western Environmental Observatory. The associated order is ready for you. This one may well place you in considerable danger, so be sure to take extra care when selecting your equipment. Access the delivery terminal here to pick up this main order and get underway.
Yeah, he really does look like Charles Xavier in the hologram mode, doesn't he? That's a very specific Charlie that he's playing there. I'm going to say that Colonel Tommy Earl Jenkins is not what I expected. Check it out. We made a strand connection with a player. They gave us likes, which means that their stuff is going to appear in our world more often. They have a very offensive South Park avatar, which is how I know they have good taste. How did they even get that? That has to be from the Fractured Butthole or the Stick of Truth. I don't know. It's fantastic how there's all these like regular avatars for normal people that we're connected with. Kratos is here. Pant Underwater is a fantastic name. But then at the very top, the person we've actually made the closest personal connection with by sharing likes. It was Cyberdog1. Well, great. All that means is that their stuff is going to appear in our world and vice versa more often. Should we have connected with that guy in particular? Do you mean Charlie or the guy with the Cartman avatar? Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold that thought. Before we take on a new order, let's go back outside. We're on the network now, which means we can go get our dead bike. I will not leave him behind.
Sam, I can perform reconnaissance for you if you like. After all, there's no telling what might be waiting for us ahead.
Please, you can be our medium spirit. Our spiritual medium. Extra large. Yes! Yes, we've got our own little Amelie now. It's like the good old days when Amelie was leading the first expedition across America. And she was pointing out BTs and pointy sharp rocks to people. How's this river doing? Still pretty bad, but I know how we can fix that. My friends, let's go requisition some materials. Like the good old days. We're building a bridge. We're building a bridge over troubled waters. Oh god, here comes a gatequake. Here comes a gatequake! Oh, that was a little one.
How you doing, Sam?
That was a little one. My camera shook only for a moment. Up!
Been a big help.
Alright, so Old Oz is pretty awesome, and it looks like he should run Arkham Asylum. I'm a big fan of Old Oz. I don't have a good face for faces, so I'm not going to recognize who any of these people are unless there's a subtitle on screen saying who face captured them. Alright then. Let's use facilities. Storage here. Claim material. Now, if I recall correctly, it's like 800 metals to build a bridge? It's a lot. Ah, crap, they don't have enough. Oh, man. Hold that thought. Let me confirm how much it is to actually build a bridge. Yeah! A 30-meter one now only requires 600, whereas before I think they both required 800. Yes! I'm contributing! This is gonna hurt for a minute. That's gonna hurt, but he'll be fine. Oh, that sucks. I'm walking out there with that. This is gonna really stretch out his lower back. That's gotta hurt so much. Ow. Fuck you. I'm putting down one of those cool ladders. Let's make sure this thing gets on there kind of sideways, because it would be really funny to just baseball slide right to the doorstep. I gotta get it so that it's like at like rocket height. What is it? How do I do that? There we go. I think this one. Yeah! Oh, it's not tall enough. Whatever. We'll get another one that's tall enough for rocket height soon. Yo, we could get a good look at the Magellan from up here. Oh, I could build a watchtower. And then we could get a really good look at it. That's a cool reason to build a watchtower. And plus, the Magellan is right there. So now, we can take a nap whenever we want to. Yes! Space reserved for the Magellan. You know, that's true. That's fair, Dollman. I will fall straight over on Dollman. Let alone Lou. Lou's in the pod. Dollman...
Okay.
Dollman is going to have an even worse time. Okay, the bloom is kind of nuts at night.
Construction process now complete.
I gotta say, chat, this is relaxing. This part of the game will always be relaxing, but focusing. Can't lose focus, because Regis will fall over and your baby will cry and you'll feel like an idiot. But if you do give it that little bit of focus, you really sink into it, and it feels good to play. You feel connected to the game. Connection is still the name of the game, even if they're posing the question of should we have connected. Should I have connected my DualShock to the PS5? Yes. I thought Lou was out of the pod. What's going on? Well, Lou has left this mortal coil, unfortunately. But there's good news. There's great news, actually. Thanks to the power of PTSD, Lou ain't going nowhere. See? Look at that. We actually totally restored Lou's happiness. Although that missing birthmark is still a bit suspect. Oh, Norman Reedus is just hallucinating. No. Look at the text on the side of the screen. That's Lou. Those are Lou's thumbs. That is a thumbs up from Lou for a job well done. Ignore that the pod is vaguely shaded red on the inside. Ignore that before Deadman left for the beach, he left us a pod-shaped gift. Look, I'm gonna be real. I don't think that that's actually even meant to be hidden in any way. I think you really are supposed to feel terribly sad for Sam right now. I mean, wouldn't you? Even without this element of it? Without the idea that, I don't know, maybe BB-28 is really here. But that doesn't particularly matter. He had to dye his hair brown with spray paint to get himself in the mood to go adventuring again. That's how sad he is. My man got way knocked down. And like, all those suicides from Die Hard Man's gun, those were the times when he got knocked down. And you know how the song goes? I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Quite literally. Repatriate and all that. Well, there we go. I brought the bike across the river and I built a bunch of shit in the process. It's one thing I like about this game. In helping myself, I also helped everyone else who crosses that river. Or needs to get their bike across it. Here. Let's go park. Whoa, hey, Hey, could you set her down for a moment? Wow. Check out that upwards flowing aura. Got like baleen teeth on it. That's crazy. I didn't have to wait for any of that. I could have just hit square. I didn't think it was actually landing for me to get on. That's so cool. Let's just take a breather for a moment. Oh, listen to the music in here. The fetus became even funkier. That's right. The fetus got into New Age dance, and it's just busting a groove. What are the facility features of the Magellan? Oh, it's got the VR training. Nice. Check out the private room real quick. I'm sure nothing's changed yet, but you remember, back in the day, we would rest at every distribution center just in case we would get new BB memories. That's why I believe that BB-28 is here. In some form. Plus, now we don't have to wait all the nighttime out. Oh, that's kind of cool. The thing that Dollman said about how the Magellan is parked at a spot where the mirror can show the immediate surroundings. That's actually true. That's the river I just built a bridge over. That's actually kind of cool. For players who already connected to network here to be like, oh yeah, that's where this is. Dope. Take that off. Looking sexy. I'm glad that didn't wash out the hair dye, though. What does that say? Does it say both stick and rope together? Great. Customized backpack. What do we got? New backpack modules? Are they Quokka related? I mean, we're in Australia. We got the pouch on. Components. Oh yeah, here we go. Back protector. Oh, so that's not just for me. In fact, that's not for me. That's mostly for cargo. Neat. Already ammo pouches and grenade pouches. Of course there are. Well, sure. I've got room. Amidst all the Quokka. The Magellan is, I've noticed, kind of lacking on resources, though. We gotta do something about that. There we go. A grenade pouch for each hand. I like it. Especially because I didn't have to get rid of any of the Quokka. You know, we've been running around with the blue backpack for a while now. Check it out. We finally got the bridge's orange color. What would look good? What's that? Bright chiral yellow? Well, if you insist, I guess I will. I guess we'll do extremely yellow for a while. Hey, kiddo, how you doing?
That's it. Everything's okay.
No tapping. He just straight up took it off the... He just straight up took it off the wall. Oh boy, excuse me. The dual sense is a little dual sensitive. See? Has to be a real kid. You can't shake the baby too hard. Ah. Doesn't want too much attention. Oh well. We gotta build up our connection again. Hey! Jalapeno! Oh yeah. So, that other one, I guess, was a spicy pepper. And this one is more like hot. Or maybe this is like a nacho cheese flavored cryptobiote. Go ahead, try it. Cryptobiote's like, no, no, no! Please don't shake the baby! And Sam's like, fuck you. Pretty great how the Monster energy drinks are back in the form of green tea. Green tea. I don't know. They found something caffeinated that is also known for being green, just like Monster. I can feel my kidneys melting. Turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. I don't think so, Sam. I love how he looks so contemplatively at the chai tea. He's like, you know, I should take some of these back home with me. I'm glad he brought them from Mexico. Tasty. Nice little refresher. Now I suppose we can head onward. What's up? How you doing?
In order to survey an area, I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake.
Hey,
So,
thanks, buddy.
if you deem it necessary, feel free to send me airborne as many times as you like. It won't use up any battery or chiral crystals either. All it requires is that I place my absolute faith in you. Which I do. So don't hesitate to ask for help.
Yeah, no, see, I like that he took a second there to reassure me, to be like, don't worry, Sam, you cannot toss your baby in joy, but you can toss your doll man in joy. Maybe we can attach him to strings and fly him like a kite. I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe we like swing him around on the puppet strings, and we throw him like those unlockable dolls in MGS4.
Was that tasty, Sam?
Oh, the crypto buyout. No, it was very bad. No, it tasted awful. Thanks for asking, dude. This is awesome. What a natural addition to the game.
Those wandering BTs we encountered, I believe people call them Watchers. A fitting name given their behavior. The way they seem to be eyeing us with such disconcerting intensity. Oof. They can't see everything, though. No. They've definitely got some blind spots. Meaning, you might be able to avoid combat by evading detection and sneaking past unnoticed.
Oh, doll man, I see you haven't watched any of my streams before. That's okay. You'll learn soon. Cool Ranch Crypto Buyout. That's going to be the next one. The blue one? The lightning blue one. I don't know why blue is associated with ranch dressing. That's a very strange color for cool to become ranch. But anyway, I'm loving this. I'm loving this in between deliveries.
We aren't the only members of Drawbridge, so you know.
We're not?
We have associates who've already established themselves on the ground. I expect you'll run into them from time to time.
I don't speak Australian. That's going to be a problem. I don't speak the local language. The lingua franca, as Kazuhiro would put it if he were here. Dragon fruit crypto buyout. That sounds delicious. That was a nice rest, actually. And that is a hideous backpack. That is a hideous Kojima backpack. Let's put on our yellow hat. Yes. Yellow hat, yellow doll, yellow Lou. Ready for more, kid? Let's get back out there. I do love that it plays the same sound as when Max Payne's family died every time I rock my baby now. You know, Hideo Kojima knows Sam Lake. He knows the sound cue that plays. That's a very specific cut of Rockabye Baby. Yo. Another dead bike. In the night, I couldn't see that this bike was painted like the bike of me.
Thanks for the help. Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly. Many likes. Many likes. Dollman even gave us likes for that. Every time I see a dead bike, I'm gonna have to give it likes. Likes for bikes. Like cars for kids, but with less annoying advertisements. Oh, very good. Well. That's right. From the makers of Lou comes Yellow. Sam looking at me like, fuck you. Well, here we go. Let's keep it going, keep it going full steam. You said there was...
A new sub-order is now available for you.
A sub-order. I guess someone wanted Jimmy John's in the night. Deliver the dismantled rifle to the Australian sniper. Got it. Has an entry in the corpus. Some of these plot deliveries have their own corpus entry, which I think is really cool. In the previous game, you could talk to Die Hard Man by hitting the touchpad on a lot of the main orders, and he'd have something extra optional to say about it. It's kind of cool that that's back. I'm glad that they didn't make Charlie say those things. The less that Charlie imitates Die Hard Man's voice, the better. The rifle is large. Yeah, I know it is, but what about the cargo I'm carrying? The slightest knock can affect the rifle's exceptional accuracy, so it has been designed as breakable cargo and must be handled with great care. Deliver the dismantled rifle to the lone commander in order to secure his cooperation. Whatever you do, Snake, do not fire the honeybee. Well, I would love to meet another weaponsmith, actually, because the one I already know has made some pretty important discoveries. So it looks like there are more BTs in this direction. I guess things are getting gazed upon. I'm fine with that.
This cargo has been designated breakable.
No, but it's not that fragile. You got it. I will put it securely in the backpack. I'm not putting that on my dead bike.
Hello, Sam. This is Charlie. To aid you in your future orders, we prepared porter suits with camo patterns tailor-made for the Australian environment. We've also provided you with a new basic porter suit with customizable colors.
A what?
Forward, I imagine you'll want to adjust your appearance based on the terrain and your personal preferences at the time. Try experimenting with your options.
And I didn't even have to beat the game first. I didn't even have to beat the game to unlock different cargo. Camo. Oh yes. Oh, Choco Chip is back. Oh, Choco Chip is back, my friends. Yes. Oh, yes. We could be normal Ritas. We could be nighttime Ritas. I noticed that some of these have different descriptions, implying there are going to be suits at some point that don't have cargo spots. 20 minutes of fashion time. Nope, we already did it. Already made everything as yellow as it's gonna be. We are officially the honeybee today, delivering the sweet nectar of chiralium to the world. Plus, I was just told those watchers can see us. What if this game actually has a camo index? What if the camo index is not a joke? I've taken a bullet gun. Like the good old days. I love this. I love how we've been eased into regular Death Stranding gameplay. And now, I bet it's just not gonna stop. We can trade in our assault rifle for a bullet gun. This is a good menu. This menu has changed. Now, instead of having to drop out, recycle something to have enough materials, go back in, and then make the new thing. We can just do it without leaving. And make the new gun. Sick. I missed you. I missed you, Bola Gun. The B stands for Badass Ola Gun. That's a badass old gun, that thing. We still got plenty of PCCs and stuff. Make a couple more ladders, because we are not taking the dead bike with us up that mountain. There are BTs up there, and it's off the grid. I got everything else we need, though. There's a ladder sitting on top of my backpack that's bothering me. Get off of there, you. Hey, come here, you. I've got a free spot on my crotch. Oh. Oh. Made things worse. There we go. Box Samurai. Ah, crap. That just aborted the... that aborted the order. It didn't abort anything else. Crap. That is the very first downside of no longer having to hold the buttons to leave the menus in this game. I just hit circle and it canceled the order. But it asked me to confirm it, and I didn't read it before hitting yes because I thought it was the head out button. So that's on me. And it actually only took a second to do everything over again. That's not bad at all. Alright then. Andale. without delay.
Order accepted. Thank you.
What the hell? That's a heavy gun! What is this? Anti-materiel rifle? Alright, I'm gonna go park my car. We'll park my car at the Magellan and then we'll head on. I could take this guy's car up the mountain, but we'll hoof it. We've done enough driving for a little while. I like that there's a fun ramp. Fairly well, dead bike. You know, it's gonna suck when I unlock bike level 2 and I have to say goodbye to my dead bike. This dude is firing the Evangelion mech gun. Yeah, really. I guess we're making a railgun. It's a very specific kind of sniper rifle. Hey, that's a self-driving car. Why do I even need to be here? Never mind. It's gonna run into a tiny rock. And there are a lot of those out here. Well, we've got a little bit of a walk. It's 720 meters from here. I think we'll be okay. I do have an idea for some traveling music to play if you're interested. By some men at work. Yeah, alright. I did say that I would. Didn't I? Didn't I? Sam, take a breather for a moment, my friend. It is finally time. Have a seat.
Use a quick breather.
Hey, Sam. You know that harmonica of yours? Why don't you try playing it for a little bit?
I still got that old thing. Ba-bon, ba-bon, bon, bon. I do still have that old thing. All right, sure. Hey, you know what? Sam's constant companion. Also, good for holding hamburgers while he's on the delivery. Go ahead. Go ahead, play something soulful. Oh. Not so funny, is it? Anymore. That's not the song I had hoped to play, but hey, the kid loved it, and it soothed our nerves. So at least there's that. I do like how there's still resting music. One moment, please. I'm sorry. Would you just look at what he's dreaming of at the moment? Would you just Sam, wake up, Sam. Oh my God, Sam. He can't hear us. He's got his AirPods in. He's listening to Woodkid. Sam. Hey, wakey wakey.
Bye! See you later, kid! Oh! Oh! Holy shit! The kid's waiting for me on the beach! I told you! We can't play Men at Work now! Dear God, have mercy! What a game! I was just sitting here! Okay. Holy shit. And here I was gonna play a comedy song. I guess it can wait, can't it? Oh. I guess clouds are rolling in. Wow. I hope that doesn't happen every time he falls asleep. Because that's even worse than the nightmares he used to have. Just the fact that we could see the kid. But he missed it. He missed it! It hurts, man. Hideo Games. Would you just look at that sunset? Man. Now I get to climb an entire mountain, having just had that happen. I get it. It seems like this actually is, in some way, helpful. Not just for Sam, personally on an emotional level. It seems like doing things that are familiar are bringing Lou back to our side. One way or another. And you know what? I don't know what that means yet. I don't know if the kid's really gone. I don't know. But that chiralium did not lie. Those PS5 particles were in the shape of my baby. Even if Sam couldn't see it, I could see it. That shit was real. Great, time to fist fight some coyotes. That was absurd. That was absurd. That came out of nowhere. It was in the corner of my eye while I was just looking for the funny Men at Work song. And then, look what they did. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Literally, Einsamler. Hey, here's the thing though. BTs are easier to sneak around at night, I've found, because they glow. Get a look around here. That looks like a much smoother incline. That was humbling. That was humbling, because usually I'm the one that hits a button on my stream deck to cut away to a joke. Nope. The game had one pre-planned. That might be the first time we've fallen asleep since losing Lou.
Now leaving Chiral network coverage.
New scanner? Who dis? Nice. Hey, so Dollman, about that suggestion to play the harmonica. Do you guys think that Dollman's suggestion was because he wanted us to feel better? Or because, as a spirit medium, he had a feeling that if I played it and fell asleep, that was going to happen? Kojima respect his build for maximum psychic damage. That's correct, because now we have to deal with all the pain of having connected. All the pain. I'm ready for it, though. I'm bracing. I'm bracing for the pain. Nice leap, dude. He's got a lot more locomotion when you hoist your shoulders this time around. Beard Mama. I miss her. She was a great character in the last game. He said he's lost his medium powers, but people have lied before. It's true. I'm sure pretty much everyone in the game is lying to us at all times, unfortunately.
Except for Old Oz. I trust Old Oz. He gave us the Bola gun schematic. Wow, we're going right into him, unfortunately. I could go around, but that would just mean skirting the edges instead of going straight through the middle. Look at that on the horizon. Look out, it's Rock Am Ring. It's happening right now. Dude, you're missing offspring. I was like, fuck. I'm gonna miss Prodigy at this rate. Not a fan of the droning metallic sounds in all directions. Because what if that horrible thing comprised of a skull and spine comes back? And it's still screaming?
My name's Sam.
Ignore that, Dollman. I do that sometimes. I hadn't considered that Dollman is right here on my hip.
Hey! Hey! Anybody out there?
Listen, Sam. There's a BT nearby.
That's his way of telling me to shut up. Oh, that's an unfriendly sky. Yes, very Mad Max, is it not? I can't wait for the glorious thunder to take us away to Valhalla. Shiny and chrome. An absolutely fanciful frolic, Sam. Now is not the time. What do you want to bet this is going to be more watchers? These stark shadows, bright skies. To me, they imply watchers instead of regular BTs.
Dude.
It seems probably completely safe to walk toward the sound. I just have to get a look at the horror. I just have to look at the horror. I just have to stare at the horror for a little bit. Just a little bit. I just have to peep the horror a little. Oh, the music went nuts when I just did that. I should not have stared into the horror. The abyss is gonna stare back. What a monster. Oh, I get what they are. Well, I get what they... I mean, I assume that they are the collection of everyone who used to inhabit this region. You know, when it became a tar belt and all that, that's a little bit bigger than a single nuke. That's like half of the region getting sucked up into the ocean. You know what they look like to me? To me, they look like those figures drawn by Australian Aboriginal people. Those figures on hills of all kinds of stuff that tells us about the people that lived there before the Australians were condemned to live there. Speaking of people who were condemned to live here, that's a lot of ruins. We on the grid? No, damn. Okay, this is not good. There's not a whole lot of cover here. These ones don't seem too concerned about noise as sight, which is nice. This is crazy. We are in hell right now. What is that structure? What the hell is that? There's a bunch of chiralium on top of it.
What is that? I mean, they're everywhere. But I'm just wondering what it used to be. Get me on top of that butt, Butte. Get me on top of that beautiful butt. Beautiful Butte. That'll give us a good look around anyway. Whee! What is this? Like a Statue of Liberty looking thing. There used to be a building here. That's insane. Look at that. That's like... I don't even know what that used to be. A highway? Like the structural support for a highway. A very big highway. Yeah, because look, you can see it curving, I guess, where a road would attach to it. Wow. That's scary as fuck. I'm assuming that's just what Australia looks like on a weekend. Fucking Australia looking like a Carpenter Brute album over here. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, okay, watch it, Sam. Sam! Oh! Youch. About that extremely fragile sniper rifle that I'm carrying. I hope that it's not that fragile. There's good news. His new outfit has knee pads. Old one didn't have knee pads. Or not as prominent ones. Well, that was a shame. That's the second time that I've walked slightly too far due to my momentum and fallen straight on my face or ass. Right on my face or ass. Hey, overall, I would hope not bad, though, given the circumstances. Here comes our C rank.
Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
You know, watchers, not so bad when they're spread out. When there's more than one watcher right next to each other covering each other's backsides, then it's a problem. I love the camo appearance of this one. Lone commander indeed. He's the only one here. Ah! 24% damage. That's close enough for horseshoes, hand grenades, and anti-materiel rifles.
Wasn't expecting a porter of all people to drop by. Most folks would have had Buckley's chance of making it out this far. Betting it was the government that sent you my way. They've got an eye for talent.
Correctamundo.
Don't see anything to worry me here. You took good care of this.
Obviously, he's got a keen eye for marksmanship, but not for intact delivery packaging. Ew. We escaped a pretty low rank by a single percentage. That said, it looks like we're going to have to work pretty hard for him to share his tools with us.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Nice. Oh, hey, auto aid request makes sense. Now it makes sense why there are aid requests for guns all over where there are BTs. Those are from players who have enabled this. Makes sense. I mean, it's kind of awesome that my structures are actually getting likes from players. This is so cool. And when it comes out on PC, the servers aren't shared between console and PC like the first game, I assume. We're gonna get to see it all over again. Fresh world.
I appreciate what you've done for me, really. But I'm afraid I can't agree to becoming a part of this chiral network of yours.
I knew it.
To be frank, I don't trust you Drawbridge people yet. There's also no end to the dangers in these parts. And if you haven't got what it takes to face them, you'll die like all the rest.
You're gonna get syphilis from all the drop bears.
And I might be persuaded to reconsider. If it strikes you as an unreasonable request, you may as well go home now. There's no shame in recognizing when you're out of your depth. You gotta know what you can and can't handle if you want to survive out here. All of which is to say you shouldn't go off half-cocked and throw your life away. Are we clear?
Don't throw away half your life. Got it. You know what? I appreciate this guy. This is one of the preppers that I appreciate for not immediately joining up. Because I said this on our streams of the first game. I don't blame anyone. Once they learn about what Bridges does, or APAC does, with the BBs and all that stuff, and whatever. But, look. Now people actively know we're bringing the ghosts here. Of course they don't trust us. It's completely fair. Look, we can help each other. Recover the mementos from the BB area. Sorry, the BT area. I see Lou everywhere I go now. Check it out. This one has a corpus entry too. You really can just read for hours if you wanna. Full Witcher logs for your quest. He could at least offer Sam a beverage. Yeah, he didn't even give me a Timefall Chiral green tea to see me off. I don't... Like, it's not cool, man. Like, people keep doing that. So you're right, it was still rude. I think that might just be Australia, though. Australia spread to the rest of the world, much like we in America spread the Death Stranding to them. Messed up. Well, alright then. This guy apparently is a World War II holdout. Sure thing, dude. I will go get your goodies. I assumed I would have to go straight through the BTs the first time, but nope, I have to go straight through them the second time. He gave us some stuff. Nice of him. Take it with me. Back to Choco Chip you go. I don't know if you noticed, but like the good old days, his suit turns black when you're in a BT zone. Back in the day, it was really hard to notice, but his blue suit would turn black if you were in danger. And I guess it still does. And then we have to put on a new suit, which is really funny. Like, I love the idea of Sam just coming in, stripping naked, give me the chocolate chip. Give me the chocolate. This is like camouflage. Norman Reedus. BTs, but they're just magpies in the breeding season. What, like just aimlessly screaming and flapping around? Oh my good lord, it got red. We are Norman Reedus of Mars. Again. A surveillance camera. That surveillance camera is going to the government base. We could try and collect all that on the way out. He's not on the network yet, so there's no point building a watchtower or anything. After all, the BTs are actually keeping pretty good watch right now. Magpies tend to attack you if they're in their nesting territory during their mating season. That makes sense. I guess this is how BTs reproduce. Just sticking to the outskirts here. That seems what you want to do with these watchers. What the hell? Let's get the high ground, though. Gotta be careful before I move, not to run straight off the cliff like a dumb idiot dumb. Like a big idiot dummy. You watch your footing and you'll be fine. I've learned my lesson. I was never any good at getting over it. I was never any good at getting over it. I didn't need to do my bad Norman there. You know, back in the day, I used to play all kinds of games on Counter-Strike, even Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, that were all about climbing to the top of egregiously tall, very difficult to navigate maps. The climb game mode, it was very fun. Precarious though it was, I learned a lot about platforming by playing that, to the point where I was never bothered again by platforming in any first-person game. Some of those map makers were devious. Oh god. This is the worst. This sucks. This sucks. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, everything sucks really bad right now. We had a U2 concert. I just got some real vertigo. Okay. Where is all this guy's bullshit so we can get out of here? And toes. What do you think, this guy lives life in reverse too? He might. He has writing on a Polaroid photo that says, "Do not trust bridges." What the hell is that? Why is that covered in tar?
Looks like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
Thanks, doll buddy. All that remains now is not to beef it, Sam. Don't beef. No beefing. Computer is like, engaging anti-beef it technology. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, don't turn around. Whoa-oh. The great deliverer's in town. Whoa-oh. You know, there's one bad thing about the Watchers being very large. Big BT. Big ears. They're making fun of Australians with these BTs. Your beefless skill has increased. You don't know that yet. Let's not speak too soon. Beefing. The beefing has begun. Go, little Sam, go. Yo, they sound like Lisa PT before she snaps your neck. Going, not straight off the cliff this time. That was the last game we went straight off cliff. I thought we would go gay for him, but not an option they presented to us in gameplay, unfortunately, or I would have taken it. What a unique challenge. We've only fought regular BTs a couple of times. Because they're old hat by now. Play Death Stranding 1 if you want some of them. Oh boy, these are craggy. Not cranky. That's Lou. Rocks are craggy. This dude lives in a BT zone. I've just considered. What a crazy man. Even we didn't actually live in one. We had a hologram that made it look like it was a BT zone to keep people from coming there because they would think it was one. This dude actually lives among BTs like a crazy man. Will you tell us why? Will you send us emails? Mementos. From the war.
Have a go at that. You actually managed to bring it back, did you? I'm genuinely surprised. Let me get a closer look at it.
You know, one good thing about moving to Australia is that we get all kinds of new colloquial ways to thank us for being awesome. I'm just so awesome in any language for my ability to walk a box across a hill.
You are no average porter, mate. That much is crystal clear.
Oh, I think we're winning him over now. He liked those fatigues. Certain war vets just like to hang around in their fatigues because they find them comfortable. This may be one of those fellas.
I ought to hold up my end of the bargain. Get out your Cupid and finish the job.
Oh, he wants me to get his Cupid out? Damn. Unleash the beast. He requested it personally. Skullman looks like a banana peel. Well, that's one optional prepper down of 100. Good to meet you. Hey, look, it's Aesop Rock. What video game developer, writer, or fashion model is that? This is convenient in a way because now we can drive through here to get to the region that's on the other side of the mountain. Whereas if we hadn't done this, we would have had to go around every time. He actually gave me a sniper rifle. Hold your breath to stabilize your aim, and be warned, it's a sniper rifle, so you know. Booger hook off the bang switch. That's amazing. We Far Cry now. We are now Far Cry. I could just snipe entire bandit camps from the hills. Yeah, smoke grenades are back, just in case that doesn't work also.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I'm not really a fan of how the stealth icon appears to not be a adult based on the size of the ears. It appears to be a baby or someone who is half covered in chiralium. You know, halfway beach, halfway human. I feel like the icon for combat didn't need to be any more complex, though, than a dude going, fuck you, pow. Stealth archer. Read us like to sneak.
So this is what it's like being all hooked up and wired in. At any rate, looks like the schematics for my trusty shooter and darling little smoke grenades are in your hands now. The form is a custom design of mine. Uses tranquilizer darts. Makes a hell of a bang when fired though. So keep that in mind. Just a shame our paths couldn't have crossed sooner. Maybe this world of ours wouldn't have been so divided. And maybe my mates wouldn't have had to die.
What happened to your mates?
It may sound like a bit of a yarn, but my friends and I supported the government's plans to rebuild Australia. To defend ourselves against those who had other ideas, we had no choice but to take up arms. It ended up costing most of us our lives. All because of me. The commander.
Wow.
You've seen what became of them. My mates are the Watchers scattered all over this hill.
Wow, I was right.
Mixed in with all the enemies we slaughtered. And for what? Deep down, we were all the same. Blokes who called this land our home. Was it worth all the struggle? All the bloodshed? For the world we shared to be reduced to this? So, I left the military behind. Decided I had to go it alone. I had to figure things out. Were we all just doomed to die and become Watchers? Was that the only way for us to come together? Now fuck that. There was another way. Before it all went to hell, we should have tried to find common ground. And now, with your chiral network, that might finally be feasible. Working with the government too, maybe. For all that and more, I hope you don't let me down.
An old sniper who failed his unit and now has political ideas in a Kojima game? Well, I'll be. I like this guy's philosophy. I don't know. I feel like seeing the world through the lens of a scope has given him a pretty good life philosophy, which is that hindsight is 20/20. More people around here could stand to use that. Over here, we've got Charlie Hardman saying, Sam, this is Charlie and not Die Hardman. You need to reconnect the network again and do the BB program again. Just do the BB program real good.
Hey now, don't knock them till you've tried them, alright? Granted, you can't neutralize an enemy with one, but they are effective at blinding them and giving you cover, far more than you probably realize. And even if they do open fire, you'll find that their chances of actually hitting you are slim to none. Which means that even if you've alerted them with one of your own shots, you'll have no trouble disengaging and repositioning. Properly utilized, they're a great tool for disrupting enemy attacks and buying you room to regroup. Furthermore, if you happen to have a sensor or something similar on hand, you can use it to track enemies through the smoke, making things pretty one-sided. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Or, if you're the kind of bloke who'd rather get up close and personal, you can chuck one at their feet, waltz right up to them unseen, turn a firefight into a fist fight.
That's the Australian way.
Once you've learned how to use these little beauties to their full potential, you'll have a heap of new tactics at your disposal. Experiment, see for yourself.
Well, I'd love to. And if this is anything like the MGS games of lore, hitting someone in the head with a smoke grenade will do just fine to knock them unconscious, actually. Let's try that.
My sniper rifle. It's configured to fire tranquilizing rounds. An ideal choice for those who prefer to get the job done without undue bloodshed. Bit of advice though. Make sure you engage your enemies at a healthy distance. It's not a silenced weapon, so fire too close and they'll be all over you before you have time to react. And don't think about taking a shot until you've planned your next move. Any sniper worth their salt stays mobile, constantly securing new vantage points to evade detection.
Damn, this guy's a sniper elite.
Always remember to account for bullet drop when shooting at extreme ranges. In a nutshell, you might need to aim at a point a notch or two above your target, depending on the distance. And finally, you want to hold your breath to steady your aim before gently pulling the trigger. Having left that life behind, I've no need for guns any longer, but that doesn't mean they can't be of use to you.
Appreciate it, Gov. I hope that you enjoy life out here in solitude. I met a prepper like you once. He lived on the peak of a fucking mountain. That guy was crazy. You also are crazy. However, I like crazy. Pleasure doing business.
Righto, Sam. I know you got places to be, but an order just came in that caught my eye. Seems our friends over at the government shelter might be in a bit of strife.
Oh, really?
If you're willing to look into it, you can review the details by checking the sub-orders on the delivery terminal here. Might be a good occasion to fabricate a sniper rifle with the data I just shared, if you take my meaning. Anyway, think it over, would you?
Yes, I think we might actually get some use out of it after all, and soon. Well now, look at all those new entries. They actually gave me a sniper rifle. Consider me surprised. And what do you know? It's like pottery, Sam. It rhymes. Recover all brigands' reconnaissance equipment. And steal their binoculars. Sure, I like an extended tutorial. Why not? But I'm going to try something that they didn't suggest. I want to fire it at a BT through a blood cloud and see what it does. I've been doing that with rifles so far, and it actually still works. Frank sniper rifle. Not MP bullets, but... cool. They take a lot to fabricate. Quite a bit. They are medium-sized boxes. And that is a big gun. That's an armored core looking gun. That thing should fire lasers. Kick ass. Let's get back on the road then. Well, this guy is kind of neat. I appreciate the philosophy of this dude.
And it's particularly because he didn't, like, he joined the network and then he said that whole spiel, right? And that's different than most people who say their spiel and then don't even join the network afterward. What up, Lil Crash 1? We are all Ludens. Nice hologram.
Came in handy. Thank you, Kyle.
Let's check their watchtower. Look at all that. Oh, this BT zone is enormous. Crystals. Loot. Oh, blue. Loot everywhere. It's beautiful. It really is. We've got all kinds of metals, chemicals, resins. There's a lot of lost cargo down there for the base we're headed back towards. A lot of likes for that surveillance camera. Let's go grab it. Oh, yes. Chat, what do you make of this? Are you enjoying gameplay of Death Stranding 2? It seems, to me, like just more and better. And that's honestly the best you can ask for a sequel. Transformative and better. This is one fragile crate. If you haven't played this game, one thing I really liked about it that is still true in the second one is that it's really not that intense. For how intense it is. It's a really well-paced game because the moments of intensity are relatively short and spaced out pretty well. And, oh.
Show 'em how it's done.
It looks like the BTs have maybe not moved on, but it seems they've gone to sleep. Now, I know I've said this before. Let's say it 100 more times. It seems like it would really suck. It just seems like it would really suck to walk across any of this anywhere in the world, anywhere in the game at all. Let alone the parts where you have to sneak around the ghosts. I feel like it does the horror elements really well. That's a good observation. I agree with you, totally.
You should have more faith in yourself.
I feel like it is very bold about that, actually. It doesn't shy away from any of it. I mean, the end of the last stream was so mortifying conceptually and didn't shy away from it so hard that my brain immediately rejected it. And since then, I've maintained that Lou must somehow still be alive on the beach. But in my heart of hearts, I'm sure that, unfortunately, our baby has learned long-distance communication, kind of like our sister. We've got an anomaly situation now, I think. But that begs the question, doesn't it? Who's in the pod? Because, look, even if Sam is crazy in some way, he's not nuts. He's crazy, but he's not nuts. He's also very hungry. He's a very hungry Caterpillar, yet to emerge from his cocoon. He's just grieving. But I think he is also being followed around. Maybe by Lou? Maybe not. Here's a theory that was posed by Lynn, that I actually think is really cool and pretty sound. Lynn proposed that there are, in fact, 2 BB-28s. In a literal sense, there are 2 Lus. So hey, who knows?
Counting on you.
Maybe Lou was a twin. Or a chiral twin. Remember what Deadman said. The very specific phrasing of what Deadman said. There shouldn't be another BB-28. Here's the thing. Maybe there's not. Maybe there's not another BB-28. It's the same BB-28 twice. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Anything else before we go? Oh, plenty! Oh, there's plenty!
Get it done.
Look at all that! Watchtowers and other structures are even more worth building than they were in the first game. It's almost emphasized more now, in a way. Model of mythical creature. Hold on, what is that? Whatever that is, I'm going to go pick it up real quick. Just so I can see the model.
That was close.
How far away is that? What the hell is that? Sam, take off your backpack. We're gonna go get whatever that is. I'll be right back. Look at his back! Oh, that's so cool. It is the rain that melts his camo. The rain looks like it strips the extra layer off of his camouflage and leaves only the timefall resistant black color. Oh man. Look, in the areas I didn't really get rained on, it's still in color. That's incredibly cool. His back is fine. What an absurdly good looking game, man. Holy shit, oh my god, he runs. Run, boy, run! Peace out, you done ya. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, bud. I'm glad this game has intrigued you as much as it has intrigued me. I will surely see you on the next one. Have a good night, my friend. Set that there for now. That's for Lone Commander. Let me pick this up and see what it is. What is this thing? A model of a legendary beast that the Lone Commander once encountered. He saw Bigfoot. Touted as a mysterious creature that roams the wilds. No one knows if it truly exists, save the Lone Commander himself. There's a Wumpus out there. You better look out for the Wumpus. What's an Australian cryptid that looks kind of like a Bigfoot? It's like a kind of Bigfoot. Does Australia have a Bigfoot? And we won't get to demonstrate our superior firepower on the BTs just yet. Maybe later. Yeah, it looks like this was originally a monorail or a highway or something instead of a building. It's impossible to tell anymore. Government base. The government's itty bitty tiny base. A porcelain vase. I don't know if I necessarily want to transport that with what I've got on my stack at the moment. That seems a little dangerous. Not to me. To the priceless... To the priceless vase. Alright, well... Nice save. I tripped over the priceless vase. I didn't even have to break it. It almost broke itself on my shin. Sports belt. Another sports belt. And a survival kit. Good stuff. Nice being able to see the actual cargo from far away. Those watchtowers. Got a real use every now and then. Looking around, it's a truly beautiful game.
Not bad. Not bad.
Agreed. Only slightly precarious.
Too close.
Took a long time to catch myself, by the way. I was trying to catch myself that entire time. Oh my, what a beautiful world. Huh. Government space? Look at that, they're both on totally opposite sides of this ridge. Well, we're headed back to the government space, so I'll grab that right now. I love the color of the terrain. How it's shifting as we go downhill. Getting more salty. Can I help you? All of a sudden the soundtrack was like, yeah, boy! Yeah, the soundtrack was all of a sudden like, ain't this game pretty? I can't wait for Death Stranding 3, where we go to Mars. I think this might be a test for that game. Like, what are all the solid planets? We're going to be visiting those in Death Stranding 3. Cliff was not lying. He said we could go wherever we wanted. Even the moon. And I think that we can. I know, imagine all the fun gravity features in Dickory that can happen. This is satisfying, being able to run across this sand. Check it, there's a post box right here. Thanks to some kind enterprising player. We can put everything in the box and run around with just this rifle. I have got an idea. I've got an idea, and it might get us in some huge trouble. But there is a post box right here. Take it all off, Porter Bridges. Wink. I've got an idea. Hey there, pal. See the sunset indeed. Anytime you hear a motif from Death Stranding 1 in this game, it seems something cool or dangerous is about to happen. Ghost Babby, attacked by terrorists. One of those two. And the surprise is that you never know which until you open up the box. Right, so speaking of the box, let's crack this baby open. Yo.
A word of warning, Sam. That sniper rifle doesn't appear to be equipped with a suppressor, meaning it will make considerable noise when fired. Take care not to attract the enemy's attention.
About that, I don't know if we necessarily have much choice. Very useful rangefinder on this thing. Very cool. Check out the skull on that dude's mask. powerful tranquilizer. All right, Sam. Get in there. It's safe here. In the box. They might just wake that fella back up, unfortunately. Right now, I'm busy imbibing all the grass, I guess. Oh God, they're coming, all right. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. Nobody here but us boxes. I hear him. What? Oh. Looks like they're guarding the area. Exit into the grass. Sam, exit into the grass. Watch it. Now that I've got their attention, why don't I try something a little quieter? Ooh! That guy took my sniping spot. You jerk. What a weird tactic. I can't believe that actually worked. They're not gonna res this guy. Watch this. Wow, this guy's got his back turned. Give me a moment. Just casually walking on back. What a snake in the grass. Now I'm made. Hey, so just so you know, their guns are lethal. Just so you know, the banditos are going to actually try to kill me. Nice juke, dude! Wow! Impressive. Enemy down, baby.
Feels good.
Well, that was kind of awesome. I didn't think the postbox thing would actually work. I thought it was just a gimmick. Nope. Way to go to Last Shepherd over here.
Came in handy. Thank you, Kyrie. Came in handy.
Well, that was kind of awesome. Now I can take back all this cargo. And I can go steal from them. Check it out. These guys aren't just carrying boots this time. They've actually got lost cargo that they, I assume, stole. Yank this guy's binoculars right out of his pockets. He doesn't need them. I shot him in the eye. Anyone else? Problem.
Now leaving Chiral network coverage.
I could kick him awake if I wanted to beat him up even more. How rude. Yo, where's the reconnaissance equipment? Gimme. Wait, what if I did, though? What if... Hang on a minute. What does happen? Up and at him, jackass. That was just mean. That's just cause fuck you. Why are you trying not to reconnect the world? These guys aren't mules. They're just bandits. These guys do not have some kind of psychological addiction. They're just jerks. Premium shirt. What do you mean premium shirt? Chiral printing techniques were used to produce the fine weave of this shirt. Though made of cotton, it's as soft to the touch as cashmere, and even more supple. Lovely. Gimme. Brigand boots. They provide impact absorption. That's cool. Hey, maybe you take less fall damage while you're wearing their boots. I love all the different boots. We've been wearing the boots that guy in Mexico made for us for a while. A lot of useful stuff in this place, actually. Finally.
Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
Oh, look at that wiggly stack. What a satisfying wiggly stack. Playing Jenga. Don't fuck with me.
Now entering Chiral network.
Move it, Sam.
There's Chiral network coverage 10 feet from where those guys have a secret hidden base with which they abduct cargo from people who are just trying to reconnect the world. They're like the spawn campers of this game world, basically. That's not cool, guys. You know, I like that I'm not the only one with a holographic rock. That makes me happy. That Sam kept all his hologram technology in between games. Ooh. Oh, very cool. Hey, did you see that? Look, I can turn while I'm sprinting if I hold X. There's tech I haven't been using. Look at this. The bound is for turning while you're sprinting. That's awesome. New tech unlocked, man. Look at all that shit. That's a nice boss, too. Gonna be some good Australian pain bushes in that.
Well. Retrieved that cargo from those troublemakers, did you? We're all very grateful. Now, let's review the order details.
Wish I had a chiral cravat.
This cargo is in exceptional condition. You are the best.
I've been told that before, but thank you.
We'd given up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad you managed to bring it in.
My porcelain vase! Now I can start my garden back up. Not bad at all, actually. You know what? That's pretty good progress for one delivery.
I want you to have this data. It'll help you in your work.
What? Anti-gravity devices. We can add more of those chiral plugs onto our suit now. We can become the mech. Gimme. I'm gonna add so many of those. Why not, right?
We've designated more materials for your use. Don't hold back on our account.
Go ahead. Use all our chemicals. We actually love it.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Check out all those points in stealth. And oh my good god,
there is actually a reason to comply with All Mind. It gives you more perks. Swift postbox hacking. I wonder what happens when we reach high ranks of stealth or combat. You think we're going to get more wrestling moves? I noticed that it seems to have taken my top 2 scores and made that my character name. So now we can look at any other player and see from their name what they are doing in Death Stranding the most. That's really so cool, because it says for me Adept and then Mover instead of Porter. That's so brilliant. We got to do some multiplayer. I could be a friendly Porter, a brave Porter if I beat the snot out of some dudes. What a cool idea. I could never be a stealth Porter though. My star is very lopsided.
Got our hands on those bastards' gear now, and it's all thanks to you. With this tech, we should have no trouble whatsoever monitoring and tracking their movements from here. Also, something tells me you've earned the Lone Commander's respect. Call it a hunch, giving you more imposing aura. I reckon the Golden Fist and the Island Inventor will be keen to meet with you.
The what? The who? I would love to. They sound like heroes or villains maybe from a kung fu movie. Yeah, Lone Commander, he was a complex individual, but I really appreciate his standard of self-reflection. I feel like that's something we could all aspire to.
You're damn right I do. His skills as a soldier and leader were second to none. A marksman like you wouldn't believe. And not just with a rifle either. He once captured an enemy outpost with nothing but his custom handgun for company.
Same.
If you can find a way to gain his trust,
Sam.
I'm sure he'll have something of value to teach you. But the poor bloke still holds himself responsible for the death of his comrades. Wrongly, in my opinion. The way I see it, if he couldn't save them, then no one could.
I agree, honestly. Because look, even before the Death Stranding, people just didn't get along sometimes. And when the people who don't get along with you know that you don't get along with them in advance, they can plant these things called IEDs, on the side of the road. And they really do F you up. Look, even post-Death Stranding, things haven't changed. I'm just glad to have met him, because he gave me a sweet gun. Who are these golden fists?
He used to be stationed at Cape Fort Knot, which was a settlement located to the north of West Fort Knot. Anyway, he was a champion boxer, so he excels at close-range engagements, as one would expect.
His name's Kangaroo Jack.
Trigger-happy arseholes were getting ready to attack Cape Fort Knot. He went out alone and took the lot of them down with his bare hands.
That's insane.
I'm honestly not sure how he's getting on these days. But if you could bring him into the Chiral network, you would gain the support of a powerful ally.
An ally who could teach me more wrestling moves. I mean, Australia, famous for mustaches, beer, and bare-knuckle boxing.
Strange sort of fella, if I'm being honest. He set up shop on an island he never leaves so he could devote himself to his research. And if you head north from here, past West Fort Knot, you'll come across a lonely island just off the coast.
Say that again?
As for this research, I've only met him once myself. And I couldn't make head nor tail of whatever the hell it was he was trying to build. But perhaps you'll have better luck than me if you decide to pay him a visit.
That sounds fantastic. I appreciate the advice on where would be a good next stopping point on our journey. What do we value more? Better pants? Or a set of brass knuckles? Both.
This is a Chiral anti-gravity device that can be attached to your backpack. Slap it on and your cargo will feel significantly lighter. And the more of them you use, the more noticeable the effect becomes. Any porter ought to appreciate a piece of kit like this. I'm sure you'll be a big fan.
You are not joking.
Well done.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, it's been about, what, 3.5 hours or so? Time really flies by when you're playing this game.
I kind of can't believe all the stuff we've unlocked and the things we've seen on just this stream. I gotta tell you, Choco Chip Camo Sam is something that I think I've wanted to see since the first game. Since I saw Igor Corpse Disposal wearing that cool orange uniform. Seriously, Dollman really does look like a banana peel that's stuck on my belt. I gotta change the color of his suit. Maybe we'll go blue. Hartman blue. Something like that. I don't know. How you doing, everybody? I hope you're having a good evening. We might take a break here in just a minute. Because, I mean, it's important to stand up and stretch when you've been playing video games for several hours. I like old Oz. This guy seems to support an old Oz. Not a current Oz. Not an Oz in turmoil. The old Oz. An Oz with Aussie pride. He himself is an old Oz. Yes. But he represents old Oz. Get an ill-fitting suit and make him a talking head. Gray, gray, gray. Giant gray suit. Giant gray suit. Doll man in a giant gray suit. That's fantastic. Letting the days go by, tar is flowing underground. Brilliant! Brilliant! Same as it ever was. Your next destination is the Western Environmental Observatory, or the WEW, which has been surrounded by an armed group known as the Brigands. Eliminate the Brigands from the area. We've got to fight. Wow. Or maybe there's another way to get them to buzz off. This dude's name is Peter Gates. Finally. Finally, we've got a person whose name fits their job. Peter Gates. He Gates? This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful bike. How did I get here? How did I get here, honestly? The Brigands are resistant to any new technology that comes from outside the Australian continent. Chiral network very much included. Seems they believe that expanding the network to Australia will cause permanent changes to the local environment. This seems to be the reason why they're attacking the environmental observatory. They don't even want the environment to be witnessed. They don't even want the environment to be looked at. Don't even look at our environment. Eliminate the Brigands. You got it. A little bit more combat. No cargo this time. They're under attack, man. Let's reclaim this place. We could bring our dead bike. And new backpack. How big is that? The more anti-gravity devices you equip, the greater the weight reduction effect. That's pretty cool. It makes me buoyant. Maybe with enough I can jump high enough to fly. Put some of those on at some point, but it would require removing some of my quokkas. So, like, my quokka quota is really gonna suffer. I don't know, man. Alright then. We're headed to some combat. Let's improve our bullets. That seems like a solid choice. My god, you got the Mass Effect crystals. Yeah. That's what the gates that we're using to travel are. They're just the Mass Effect mass relays. Synthesized alcoholic beverage. Oh, look at the characters on it. I bet it's delicious, whatever it is. Put on those brigand boots. I bet they're even quieter than my big clompy cleats. Why not? Let's just head out. We will make a gun, a new gun. A very, very big gun. But we're also going to stop by the Magellan, just down the street, and pick up our dead bike.
Order accepted. Thank you.
No, that's not how the relays work. They shoot you on a pre-programmed path at ultra FTL velocities. They don't send you through another realm. Oh, so it's a little bit more like Event Horizon then. We're using hell to fast travel.
Please give it your all.
I will. Thanks, Sign.
This one's for you.
And you know what?
Hey, man.
This person also has a dead man bike. I'll take their dead bike. Blue's doing well. You know what? I'm glad to hear that. Look at that PlayStation 5 shaped building! Look at that PS5 shaped building! You kidding me? Look out! Sony headquarters is under attack, Sam. Another player put a watchtower right in front of the highway. Check what we can do with this watchtower. Yo, Lou enjoyed that. Glad, kid. We can go to the heat map in the watchtower. Look at that. Look at the heat map. That's where players have been caught. The side of the screen is just exploding with people contributing. Good God. What do we do about this? I just practiced sniping.
So good. Uh-huh.
We could try just sneaking on in. What a gorgeous game also. Ah, there's water flowing underground. We could make it. It's not that deep. Okay, let's park on this opposite shore. This dish looks like a perfect piece of cover to snipe from. They got their own towers over there.
Okay.
Who's ready for a sniper duel in a Hideo Kojima game? An unheard of concept. That's ridiculous. That's silly. Sam's like, psh, never done anything like that before. It's a good thing we marked all those guys under the cover of night. Because I won't be able to see a damn thing except for the glint of my scope. Ah, Ted, so you're saying that Element Zero has a mass effect. Sorry, an effect on mass. My bad. I'm serious. That PS5 shaped building is fucking hilarious. That's so funny. Why? Why is the building in rest mode? I guess because we haven't activated it. Do you think it's going to turn blue? All right. Having a nice night. Good night. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Now it's time for the real test. These dudes are gonna try to kill me now. Wow, they're moving fast. Yeah! Okay. That's the forward-facing platoon.
Huh. Yo! The sand is so soft you don't take fall damage if it's deep. Oh, you're just like that sniper in Saving Private Ryan. What is that, like the Ride with Norman Reedus bike? Man, this should be on Saving with Private Ryan. That's right, Ted, I'm just like Tom Hanks. I'm going to explode my enemies with a pistol.
Someone's out there.
That's right, they are. And if we don't haul ass, they're gonna see us. Watch it. Let's get ready. Pull out the Reedus just in case. Ooh. You know what now seems like a good time for? Bullet gun! Where do you think you're going? And down he goes. Where are your friends? Speak. Where are your friends? This is fun as all hell. Start quoting Bible verses as you shoot them. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I do. I gotta start, like, quoting Captain Price. The first thing about the art of war is that my truth versus your truth is always important. And you know what my truth is? That you're about to be knocked unconscious by a railgun. See that shit? Bounced off my Odra deck. I don't think so. They just gave me a smoke grenade. Well, that guy had one in his pockets. I'm gonna try him out. Why not? This is kind of awesome. Doing a little bit of everything. Oh, look at him crouch shuffle. That has to hurt so much. Hit him with it! Just hit him! Aw, oh, crap. Alright. This'll work then. Yeah! Perfectly safe. Though I think he might know I'm in the smoke. Oh! Oh, he sure doesn't. Oh, you idiot! You big dummy! What a fool. What a buffoon. Hang on. Throw a smoke grenade at both of us. Yes. Yes, it actually works out quite well. Hold that thought, sir. I've actually got just the thing. Recently, I discovered this kink on the internet that I'd like to share with you. It's a kink involving knocking your enemies unconscious. You can't really do it more than once. It really spoils the surprise after that. But, you know, still. It worked, didn't it? That was kind of fun. I mean, kind of fun. It was extremely fun. We did a little bit of everything. And that guy in the watchtower did not really do such a great job, did he? Not particularly his best work. Go grab that person's dead bike. How long do you think these guys are going to be out for? Because I hit some of them pretty hard. I clotheslined some of them with my bullets. You know, like when you like set up a rope across the road and you accidentally cause a 15-car pileup? That's basically what we just did. Stick? Who needs it?
All I've got are ropes. That was much more humane than the Ebola gun. You're not wrong. Hey, do they have a post box I can rob? Yeah, they do. They've claimed this area. But guess what, jerks?
Stretch my legs.
This belongs to APAC now. To the Ape Pack. Or Lone Commander cargo. I'm fine with that. We'll be back in that direction eventually anyway. That seems really cozy. To lay down in front of the bike to drive. It would... My anxiety, I don't think, would let me do it. But, you know, hypothetically, it's a really cool way to get around. Hey, what's that over there? There's an aid request. I'm just sitting here. They didn't even tell me about this. Old Oz's diary. Oh! I shouldn't read this. I shouldn't read it, but I'm gonna. Old Oz's diary. What do you think? What do you think's in his diary? What do you think old man wrote about? What are his thoughts? About how awesome he and Australia are? Tying cargo to your backpack makes it less likely to fall. Really? You can do that now. I mean, you could always do it. No shit. Well, would you take a look at that? I shibari'd all of my cargo. The cargo's tied down like Thanksgiving rum ham. I feel like doing that under the cover of night was part of why that worked out so well. Good stuff. I bet they're gonna love all this. What is this place? Hey, look, more strands. Gimme, gimme. I bet each color of strand does something different. Can't wait until we use the yellow strand. Peter Gates. You know, last time I met someone named Peter, they really petered out on me in terms of trust as the game went on. But Peter did enjoy his Peter pizza.
You a porter? Those brigands, are they all gone? Wow, this is a relief. I was beginning to think I was done for. Give me a moment to confirm the order details. Didn't think anyone could fight that hard. Hell, maybe no one else can.
It's my D-pad. The enemies just don't have any analog control. That's the thing, is they have to select all of their cargo by physically taking it off their back. I just use my mind to teleport the cargo to my hand. I kind of have the upper hand on this one.
We'd already written this off as lost. You've made everyone's day bringing it in.
Ah, chiral contaminated soil. Yeah, I'm sure you'd be real happy to analyze that. You're welcome.
You seem like a porter we can rely on. Go on, use your Cupid to get us online. Quickly now. I'll feel a lot safer once we're all hooked up.
Because then we can activate the anti-bandit shock barricades. Good thing all bandits are equipped with an earpiece that electromagnetically shocks them if they enter the fence like a dog. We gotta use a private room. Dollman's getting all dirty.
stitching it up. I would imagine that we are probably going to make a nice clockwise circle around this place. It's a whale of a tail. Okay. It's going to be a long journey, but I'm ready for it. What up, Pete? What's up? It's Bridges. That makes me happy that the Magellan just follows you around. Really good home base. Battle skeleton. Battle skeleton? Oh. It also increases cargo capacity, but this is the skeleton from the last game that you unlocked last, because there just wasn't much combat. It makes a big old force field around us. And I got gold ones. Fantastic. Guys, I'm sorry, grenade pistol? Why would you give me that? I mean, they're probably non-lethal. It's fine. Probably. They fire non-lethal shrapnel. You know, all that non-lethal shrapnel? MP grenade? How, though? I mean, metal... Maybe they're steel ball grenades. So you're gonna wish you were dead if you got hit by it. It's like that Jackass video where they take a riot fragmentation steel ball grenade and everyone is in terrible agony but Johnny Knoxville. I'm Johnny in this situation.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Sam has thrown enough at himself that he is immunized. Aim assist is an unlockable skill? Cool. Guess that's what combat does.
Online at long last. This ought to do wonders for our ability to monitor chiralium levels by the plate gate, as well as keep an eye on the tar currents. More accurate data will definitely make travel safer for you and your friends aboard the DHV Magellan, too.
The DHV Magellan, you gotta say the full name.
We've been seeing increasingly dramatic anomalies all throughout the Australian continent. Some theorize that the UCA's connection to the chiral network destabilized all areas with our coverage.
It did.
But what's done is done, though. Our best bet is to follow suit and connect Australia, too. It may also serve you to know that there are 4 environmental observatories, including this one. If you can bring them all onto the network, we're confident we'll be able to calculate where and when the next plate gate will appear. Anyway, you should already have access to the data we designated for you.
Now, if we could only manage to get that old road patched up and usable.
I've got great news. I'm an expert at road repair, as it turns out.
It once ran
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride like I can't no more.
Up enough materials to keep the autopaver fed. You could make it just like it was back in the old days. But it's not like we have everything you need just lying around. Restoring roads is a massive undertaking, to put it mildly. Having said all that, east of this facility, you'll find the Smoke Hill mine. Get them operational and processing ores again, and you should have no trouble securing the requisite materials.
Nice.
I've posted a sub-order for this task, so take it on if you're interested.
Nice. Maybe we won't do that right away. Maybe we'll keep moving. But if we keep getting more places on the network, the roads will start to build themselves, at least partially. So when we do that, we can just come finish them and get a lot of likes for a lot of people, including ourselves.
Well, there's our schematic for an MP shell variant grenade.
Love this guy's
MP
minty
shells
outfit.
explode on impact and are non-lethal munitions that can not only incapacitate humans, but also deal corrosive damage to mechs. And while they're not as effective as blood grenades, they can definitely hurt BTs too. In any case, you might want to keep a few stashed in your grenade pouch at all times. We've also shared data for a grenade pistol. While it's only good for
He looks so happy about
this
that.
gun lets you fire MP shell grenades as projectiles. Its small profile means it packs easily as cargo and won't get in the way. Naturally, it'll fit snugly into any handgun holster as well. Our last contribution is the battle skeleton. Like other skeletons you may have used, it increases your maximum carrying capacity and movement speed. This particular model also provides additional protection.
However, when you boost it to move faster, or whenever you benefit from its damage reduction capabilities, it'll consume battery power, so make sure you have enough to spare. If you find yourself running low while on the road, you'll need to use a generator or borrow a private room somewhere to recharge. You ought to take one out for a spin.
Sam, there's a skeleton inside you, and it really wants to get out for some activity. You should let it. It'll empower you. Okay, I'll go on ahead and do that. Thanks, Pete.
We can't thank you enough, Sam. Before you go, you've been getting a lot of praise for all
Pistol
your hard
Pete
work.
with that grenade launcher.
And in recognition of this, it seems you've been officially cleared to take on standard orders.
Yeah!
With conditions and the violent outlaws, there are fewer and fewer folks willing to serve as porters these days.
Yay!
There's no shortage of people who need help. So I encourage you to take a look if you're interested. You can review the available requests by bringing up the list via your ring terminal. You'll find a new sub-order too. We need someone to restore the mine. Bet you could benefit from having it operational as well. Anyway, thanks again for going above and beyond. Best wishes and safe travels to you, my friend.
Back
That's
at you,
good
mate.
work, Sam. The DHV Magellan's parked not too far from your position. You'll be able to
That was
pick up
one
your next
jolly
order on the
Australian.
ship. But before that, you should head back to your room and rest up.
Yes!
I imagine you're both pretty tired. You and Dolman.
And Lou! And Lou also!
Well done.
Oh. Ha, you see that? They just restricted my cufflink that I don't have.
Feels good.
Joke's on them. Let's go home, shall we? I like that the Magellan is also kind of a box samurai. It's a box head. If I am the box shoulders and body, it is like the box head. Sam's skills have improved as a result of his experience. I always love to see that. What a cool plot gate that is. Speaking of plot gates, now it seems like a pretty good time for us to take a break, huh? How about we do 2 shorter streams tonight? I'll take a break for a little while, and we can come back later tonight and stream some more into the evening. APAS has provided us with a brigand-specific VR training program. I gave it a try while I was checking to make sure. I can't do the accent. I won't bother. It's no joke. All right. You know what? I'll give that a shot. Tarman has actually tried the VR training. Us blokes are no joke. It's so pretty. My ship's got ballast, baby. Baby got ballast.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Perhaps we could take a break?
Me too, buddy. I agree. Let's put everything in the box for now. Just for the moment. This way, when we come out of the private room after resting, we can decide where to go and what to do next. I like that. I like that Tarman was like, yo, so while I was just sitting around not driving the ship, considering you're off making deliveries, hey, I checked out this VR that the kids are all about these days. Turns out I'm pretty awesome at it. Let's put all that in the private locker for now, then. Send that vehicle back to where it came from. That's not my dead bike. I appreciate the support of whoever's bike this was. Thank you. Now let's try that VR training before we go to sleep. How about we try the combat training? All right, sure. I still don't like how it says player Sam. That could mean so many things. Hey, hey, hey! Nice. All our stuff is here. This music's just the coolest. Time to parry some brigands. Let's see what they fight like. Given that we didn't really get up close and personal too bad. What up? Bring it. Brigand. Right in the Redis? I'm out of here. Oh, he fucking headbutted that guy. This game's combat is so visceral. Yeah! You gotta get ready way in advance of these guys. Hold on. I got my strand. Well, the parry window is tight. Okay. Do a little bit more combat then. Maybe I'll be good at this one. Oh, damn. There's a lot of missions. Quite a few. Whoa. Recover and deliver cargo. Around Scarecrow from Arkham Asylum. Fantastic. Defeat all the brigands. Fragile has the high score on this. Damn. You got it. Let's give it a try. VR missions. How novel. Well, they actually gave us everything. Well, the Counter-Strike in me wants to go pistol. Let's do it. The guy up here on the tower. Taking his position. Before I get noticed. What's up, Dick? Oh! Okay. See what we can see from here. Just do it. Don't pass out, Sam. This is cool as all hell. Wait, I got a scanner. Find those assholes. Oh, I'm a sit and duck up here. Not gonna get a very high score. That dude's got a shotgun. Wish I had a shotgun. Yeah! Get picked off. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Down there, Sam. Ain't over yet. Or you could probably save time by getting down the ladder and then fighting the last guy. BT dust. Very good. I mean, not bad, but I mean, I may have smashed Fragile's score in half, but to be fair, eventually I'm going to come back and she's going to have like 3 times the score and have named the high score ass. It sucks that Sam doesn't even get the credit for that. They gave that credit to me. Defeat 10 enemies with your bare hands. I don't see any difficulty with that. Ding ding! Well, having to fight 4 at once doesn't help. That's one down. Who's next? Whittle them down first. Wait, but they've got boxes on. Hold on. Bare-handed, huh? Yeah! Yo! Okay, using the momentum to hit him back is brilliant. Way to go, Sam. Fuck. That had to hurt. Who's next? That don't ever get old. That never gets old. Thanks to that guy for getting me back to my feet, actually. Hold on. Ain't over yet. Kinda not cool that he's attacking me in mid-animation. I guess Hideo Kojima has never directed an action game before. Never in his life. Never happened.
God damn, dude.
Uno mas. And he just taunted me. You and what army? The melee combat in this game is very fun. A lot of weight to it. A lot of momentum. No S rank. Not an S rank yet on one of these. They're hard. Not being intangible during animations is actually sick. It is really cool. Yeah. I really like the way that everything reacts. Always. So yeah, I think we are going to take a break for a little while, and then I'll come back in 2 or 3 hours. It is college midterms, so I've got to work on my midterms at the same time as playing one of the best games I've ever played. So that's a bit of multitasking I've got to do. I am looking forward, though, to a little bit later tonight. For real. I hope you folks are, too, because this is... It's so sick. It's so good. Oh, look at all those grenades. Grenade training, baby. How efficient can you be? Responsibility. That's right, my friends. I've tried. What's nice about the college is that I want to do it. It's always nicer when you don't feel obligated by societal pressures. It's something that you're genuinely interested in. Oh, no. Tough one. This one's tough. Those big grenades have a much bigger splash range. I love this. You could spend so long mastering this, I bet. They don't hit any human targets because there are sure to be a lot of those out in the field. Shit. I always love Kojima VR missions. I love them. They're such good training while also being fun. Hell yes. Our first S rank. So many drills available. Maybe I'll do the rest of these off stream or something and see if you unlock something. I don't know. I think this is an incredibly cool thing. And yeah, my friends, I will see you all a little later tonight for some more. I'll let you know on the Discord. I'll let you know on Twitter and all that stuff. Thank you so much for chillaxing this afternoon. It was good to see you. This game is obviously awesome. It's obviously so cool. I'll ping you in a little bit. Peace out, everybody. Solid Redis. That's what we are now. We are officially the Solid Redis.